Am I the meanest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the prettiest?
Pawn's drunk.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Pawn's drunk.
Well, who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
Who am I?
Pawn's drunk.
I can't hear you.
Pawn's drunk. AKA Mr. Moo Woo Shot himself.
Of Harlem.
You already know this is Pawn Drunk Boxing, aka Mr. Moo Shot himself. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this side of heaven. God bless you all. Mi gente, saludo. Saludos. I normally on Thursday, y'all already know I do the happy hour Thursday. I usually do my show in the late, kind of late, you feel me? But, you know, something I need to talk about, you know, I just feel like going live, man. And I just want people's perspective as well. Actually, guys, I'm actually a little bit annoyed too. I'm actually a little bit annoyed, but I'm going to say why I'm annoyed. It has really nothing to do with the content, but actually a little bit annoyed though. What's good, Danny? What's good, UGC? What's good, World Combat Sports? What's good? Smash the like button. Smash the like button. Y'all already know. Help the visibility of the live show. Everybody out there is doing their thing. And the YTBC, shout out, man. Shout out, regardless. If you like the content or you're not or whatever, man. Shout out to everybody's grind. You see the thumbnail. You see the title. Canelo Alvarez, Canelo, my friend. Dudes got hurt off this Canelo topic. Yeah, UGC. It's like, it's crazy. Stop being salty, Punch. Hoya wasn't giving Canelo the big fights. All right, Daniel, let's talk about it. It's salty. I don't understand. You see, UGC, I don't understand. Salty about what? This is boxing, man. None of these guys give me money, bro. None of them put money in my pocket. None of them pay my mortgage. None of them give me no insurance for me or my family. It's not like that. I never did this channel for an ego. I push my ego aside. I'll say my perspective of what I think, and I respect everybody else's perspective. That's all. Nobody knows the business of whatever's on. Nobody knows Canelo Alvarez and Hoya's business more than me, and I don't know it more than you. You was not in that corporate room. I was not in that corporate room. You never read the whole contract. So people need to stop. This is all perspective. This is all opinions. What's good, Chen? What's good? What's good, man. If I talk about look at this UGC. If I talk about Latino fighters, then I'm racist. If I'm critiquing critiquing Latino, I'm flip-flopping. Oh, how dare you talk about somebody's always gonna get their feelings hurt. It's just like in America. If the Democrats win, there's gonna be a bunch of Republicans and millions of people that's gonna be sad. Vice versa. Always somebody gotta be like, oh man, why you got this? Why you got that? I just can't call it how I see it. Can your boy Punch Drunk call it like he sees it? Huh? And then we all help out and have, a good sense, and let's come down to the middle of it, have a concrete understanding. Disagree. Canelo isn't the first fighter that has problem with Oscar. Yeah, he was not the first person that has problem with Oscar, but you know what? Canelo Alvarez is highly respected, not highly respected, highly accomplished because of Oscar. You can't say that about other fighters, but Canelo Alvarez is the cash cow of boxing, and that's just not by saying because Canelo it has nothing to do with Golden Boy Promotions. Come on, man. Come on. It looks like it's so easy to take to not give what's good, Dan? It's so easy not to give Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy credit. But it's so easy to disrespect them. It's so easy to disrespect Oscar and Golden Boy Promotion. They don't do nothing. Yeah, they don't do nothing. Oh, Canelo Alvarez is the cash cow boxing, but no, they don't do nothing. They don't do nothing. Huh? What's good, Miguel? Well, what is it? What people got caught feelings? People caught feelings because he had a lingerie on. That's what it is. And y'all mad at y'all, are people still mad at Oscar De La Hoya because he had the lingerie on, huh? Is that what you're mad? You're mad, huh? You're mad? Damn, people acting like how these other channels that people been dissing, huh? Like those other channels that people been dissing. When I came up with this video, people acting just like them. You know who they are. People acting just like them right now. How dare you say that, Punch? What do you mean, Canelo Alvarez? What do you mean? No, it's Golden Boy Promotions stuff. What do you mean? What's good, Ed? I ain't saying nothing about Canelo Alvarez skills. He's still pound for pound #1 to me. I ain't saying nothing about Canelo Alvarez technique. I ain't saying nothing about Canelo Alvarez being a gym rat in the gym and staying prepared and being one of the face of boxing. No, I ain't never said nothing like that. I'm not taking nothing away from Canelo Alvarez. What I'm saying is, what it looks to me, there is some snake in his personality. It's some snake in his character. It's a snake in some moral ability. That's all I am saying, my brother. What's good, Carlo? What's good? Personally, I think Canelo made the right decision, but I respect that Golden Boy built him up to the fighter he is today. That's fair. Is Canelo Alvarez leaving Golden Boy Promotions a bad thing? No, it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. The way he went about it is the snake thing that I'm talking about. The way he went about it is the snake shit. The way he went about it. The way he went about it is snake. That's what I'm saying. It's not that I feel like Canelo Alvarez should just stay in Golden Boy Promotions for 8 more fights. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Canelo Alvarez is bigger than just being with a promotional company like Oscar, like Golden Boy Promotions. No. I don't think that he should be in a promotional company. I think that he should be his own boss. But the way he went about it was a snake. A snake. It's a culebra. You can't deny that. Because the way it's looking like, if Callum Smith and Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting in the zone, you telling me when he was with Golden Boy Promotions, that fight was not approved, but now that he's now with Golden Boy Promotions, that fight is approved and it's going to be on the zone? That's some snake shit. Come on, man. I don't need to read no damn contract to see what I'm seeing. Huh? Now, you can prove me wrong the way I'm looking at certain things, then I'm going to open up the panel in a bit. But don't tell me that I'm effed up, that I'm looking at something that's effed up. Canelo Alvarez, Callum Smith was not approved to fight Canelo Alvarez. People saying that, Golden Boy Promotion is not giving him the big fight. Well, Golden Boy Promotions wanted that fight. Guess what? The zone said no. Right? And now Golden Boy Promotion is not on the mix, but now Callum Smith is approved. Oh, and is on the zone. Is the zone and Canelo Alvarez came up with this plan and say, we need to come up with a plan to get Golden Boy out of this contract. Come on, Canelo. You shouldn't be paying Golden Boy Promotions 30% or 40%, whatever it is. We don't know. Does anybody here know? Since everybody here knows and feels like a lot of people feel that I'm fucked up by saying what I'm saying. Does everybody knows here? Let me know. How much percent is Golden Boy Promotions made off of Canelo Alvarez? When he fights, how much the percentage? How much does Canelo Alvarez give his promotional company? Since we all know something here. Huh? Come on, say it. Y'all know the contract. I'll break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. No facts, because objectively and logically is something that I may think. The Canelo fanboys about to start trolling Punch for this live right. But when I think, UGC, but when I say highly things about him, then I'm racist. Damn, I'm just getting critique all over the place. I'm just breaking it how I'm breaking it down. That's it. 30%. Okay, let's say 30%. You seen the contract, but let's say 30% because that's what's regular in boxing with a promotional company. 30%. So just think about it. Does Canelo Alvarez really want to pay 30% to Golden Boy Promotions for 8 more fights? No, because we all know, we all agree that Canelo Alvarez, nah, he's old. He don't need a promotional company. That's it. He's a star. He got his name. That's it, right? But that doesn't mean you didn't sign the contract. You found out your worth too late. People want to say, well, Floyd Mayweather did the same thing and Oscar De La Hoya did the same thing. No, they did not do the same thing because Floyd Mayweather did the honorable thing to buy himself out that contract. Golden Boy, Oscar De La Hoya was a free agent. Canelo Alvarez tried to sue defamate the defamation to Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, putting them going through court, trying to say that, oh my God, he did this and Canelo Alvarez didn't know that. Every boxer barely knows what the hell is going on in them contracts. Who read the contract? Who's his lawyer? Who's his attorney? And by the way, when people say this, oh, Oscar De La Hoya, he didn't tell him what was on the contract. He ain't rob him. This is not a contract. This is not a situation where you're talking about Don King here. No, this is not that situation. Canelo Alvarez didn't know what was on the contract. Like I said before, if you haven't followed me, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, get my updated videos, like and sharing. I said that Oscar De La Hoya did what he had to do to secure the most lucrative contract in boxing history. Y'all mad at Oscar De La Hoya? I won't be mad at him. What you want? Who you want me to fight? You want me to fight Jorge Masvidal? You want me to fight who else? Khabib? I'll fight him. Thank you guys for giving me this contract. You telling me I'm gonna make $30 million to fight this guy that I know I'm gonna whoop his ass in a boxing ring? I'll take it. Well, he mad? He mad to get $30 million? Huh? Really? Because the Zone won a Triple G? You mad? Huh? Nah, Floyd ain't doing. Floyd bought himself out. He did the honorable thing. That's like saying to somebody, you know what? I don't want to be here no more. Let me buy my contract out. That's it. Canelo Alvarez should have said that. How about Canelo Alvarez? Why Canelo Alvarez didn't say, you know what? I don't want to be with Golden Boy Promotions. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you. He hasn't even said no thank you to Oscar. No statement saying thank you for Golden Boy Promotions. Es un mal agradecido. He's an ungrateful dude. That's it. That's facts. He's ungrateful. Because everybody know here, if he was not signed with Golden Boy Promotion, at the time he was signed with Golden Boy Promotion, he would never got the fights that he would have gotten. Never. He would have never got Miguel Cotto. He would have never got them Shane Mosley fight. He would have never got Floyd Mayweather fight. He would have never got those fights. And those are the fights that made him a crossover success. 2010, he signed with Golden Boy Promotions. Canelo Alvarez said, I'm going to sign with Golden Boy Promotions and Oscar De La Hoya because I know by signing with them, I'm going to be a crossover success. I know I'm going to be the cash cow. I know I'm going to get the best fights in boxing. Oh, Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions, deliver to Canelo Alvarez. They deliver in every way you could deliver for a fighter. He delivered. And Canelo Alvarez is a snake. Canelo Alvarez is ungrateful. I don't care what anybody say. Canelo Alvarez, in this situation, he's a snake. If you look at every boxer around in the industry, they all say Canelo Alvarez is number one. They all say Canelo Alvarez is the cash cow. Do you know why Canelo Alvarez is a cash cow? Do you know what was behind Canelo Alvarez? Pause. Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya turned everything into motherfucking gold. It doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. All the success, almost all the money makers in boxing, the cash cows. When you think about Floyd Mayweather, yeah, he turned pretty boy into money made. When you think about Canelo Alvarez, you got Oscar De La Hoya right there. When you think about Manny Pacquiao, his first big contract that went from rich to wealthy was Oscar De La Hoya. You take Oscar De La Hoya away, and Golden Boy Promotions was holding shit down when Don King promotion went down the drain. If every fighter right now wants to have their promotional company, guess who had the blueprint? Oscar De La Hoya. Usted te está moviendo loco, eh? The problem is with people, y'all don't respect Oscar De La Hoya. That's the problem with people. No, Canelo Alvarez did not save Oscar De La Hoya. Canelo Alvarez saved Oscar De La Hoya from being... No. Canelo Alvarez never saved Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya legacy was made and stamped before Canelo Alvarez. Oscar De La Hoya was always going to be good. Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo Alvarez didn't make Oscar De La Hoya. Oscar De La Hoya made all these dudes. All these dudes. He gave up the blueprint. He gave the blueprint. When Floyd Mayweather bought himself out, I'm gonna tell you like this also. I'm gonna tell you how powerful was Oscar De La Hoya. I'm gonna tell you the platform that was powerful. You see PBC, you see Al Heyman. Al Heyman wouldn't be successful in boxing if it wasn't for the platform of Golden Boy Promotions. People forget about that too. Floyd Mayweather, when he left Top Rank, who was the promotional company that was promoting the events? You think that standing now next to Oscar De La Hoya wasn't powerful? Ajá. Usted te están volviendo loco. Deal Hoya ain't do nothing. I've been hearing from... Yeah, you've been hearing since 2011. He signed with Golden Boy Promotions 2010. There you go. So you was hearing about Canelo when he signed with Golden Boy. Oscar's bad business. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. How is Oscar bad business and this guy's was the cash cow of boxing? That's what I mean. It doesn't make any sense. How would Oscar De La Hoya bad business? And I tell you who's the cash cow of boxing, and everybody gonna say Canelo. How is Oscar De La Hoya bad business if I tell you who's the cash cow of boxing and you're gonna reply to me Canelo Alvarez? Does that make sense to you? Who had the most lucrative contract in boxing history? Huh? Who had the most luxury contract in boxing history? Huh? Y'all bugging, bro. Y'all bugging. This is, UGC, this is why people are fed up, because they don't like the truth. I understand society now, bro. I understand society, how society works right now, bro. Society works. It's not about knowing the truth. It's that people are comfortable with the lie. People are comfortable with the lie. That's what it is. So when you're trying to explain people the truth, it's fuck the truth. It's not about the truth no more. And it trickles down into the sport of boxing as well. Kalua was good. Smash that. Heyman took Oscar's business from him. How is he good business? That's not good business. That's not good business because he's still there. Because Oscar De La Hoya is still there. Oscar De La Hoya is a fighter that transitioned into a field, into a field that is not easy to get into that club, my brothers and sisters. Boxing is a mafioso company. When you got Oscar De La Hoya, a boxer, trickle down to the business side of boxing, that's not easy. And you can ask anybody that try to be in the business of boxing, tell them. Go to any county, go to even the boxers, yo. Go to any gym and tell them how it's hard to get in the business of boxing, how it's hard to get a promotional company that is successful like Golden Boy Promotions. Huh? Y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know the business of boxing. Y'all don't know how hard it is. Ask 50 cents how it's hard to get in the business of boxing. Not even Mike Tyson himself and his company could make great money in the business of boxing. Go listen to what this person had to say, Antonio Tarver, about the business of boxing. You think that what Oscar De La Hoya did was easy? The people around boxing world hates Oscar De La Hoya. Those business personnel, because he's not supposed to be in that type of business. He was not supposed to be successful. He was not. And people want to talk about, oh, he's one of us. Yeah, he's one of us. Exactly, Carlo. You think if Canelo Alvarez would have started with Lou DiBella, that he'll be the star that he is right now? Huh? You think if Canelo Alvarez would have started with Lou DiBella, that he'll be the star that he is now? Y'all bugging out. Y'all bugging out, whoever think that. Exactly, Miguel. Not even Rock Nation. Not even Jay-Z, Rock Nation could survive in this business. This is not an easy business to get into and to be successful. And don't think that Al Heyman was successful either. He needed Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions to be trusted in the boxing world. You think people just trickling down and just signing with Al Heyman? No, it wasn't like that. No, it was not like that. What Al Heyman has is great relationships with networks. That's what he got. Come on, man. It's a bunch of hate. That's what it is that it's just a bunch of people that hate Oscar De La Hoya. And again, I understand Canelo Alvarez didn't need Golden Boy Promotions. I understand that. I understand why he don't want to be with Golden Boy Promotions. What I am saying is what he did to get out of Golden Boy Promotions was snakish. What's good, Seth? How he got at that situation was snake. That's what I'm saying. It's not that I want Canelo Alvarez with Golden Boy Promotions. It's the way that he went about it. It was wrong. It's the way that he went about it. And he created all this drama, all this problem, so people could get so when this time comes around, everybody be saying, yo, Oscar De La Hoya is this and this and that. Oscar De La Hoya is this and this and that. Yo, not everybody, don't believe the hype. Not every fighter is happy with Al Heyman. Not every fighter is happy with Top Rank. Not every fighter is happy with Lou DiBella. Not every fighter is happy with Mayweather Promotions. Not every fighter is happy with Eddie Hearn. No. There's beef everywhere. The thing is with Canelo is that he's the biggest star, and then when he has problems with his promoters, we all want to know about it. I've had an interview with Mickey Bay. What did he say about Mayweather Promotions? How they treated him? Huh? Well, Gary Russell Jr. Gary Russell Jr. still can't get a fight. He be working with Al Heyman. How about the veterans? Huh? Come on, man. Not everybody's happy. Teofimo Lopez, he beat Vasily Lomachenko. You think he's happy with his promoter? He's not happy with his promoter, not even to today. Push, how is a snake if they didn't want to pay him what they said they was going to pay him? Raider, what's good? Let me read that. Punch, how is a snake if they didn't want to pay him what they said they was going to pay him? The Zone said they was not going to pay him. Yeah, he's going to fight Callum Smith on the Zone. So what I am saying, Raider, is that they did some snake shit to push Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions away. That's what I'm saying, the snake shit. This is my theory. This is not my facts. This is my feeling. So you telling me that the zone didn't approve Callum Smith? What's good, Extra Ernie? What's good, Extra Ernie TV? What's good? Good looking out, my brother. So you telling me that Callum Smith was not approved by the zone? They was not approved by the zone, right? Billy Joe Saunders was not approved by the zone. And you ain't even hear Eddie Hearn talk about it. You already know that the zone and Eddie Hearn, they cool. They cool. I think they tighter than with Golden Boy Promotions, right? Did not approve. They go to court. That's it. Golden Boy Promotion is out. Yeah, he's out. Que lo que, mi hermano, was good, Paul. He's out. And now it's Callum Smith versus Canelo Alvarez on the zone. And y'all don't see no problem in that. Y'all don't get it. Y'all don't see no problem in that. Y'all don't see, oh, who's now is a good fight. Now is approved. Now is the zone. Money's gonna be there. And but Oscar De La Hoya is not there no more. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's break things down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Something doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. So I'm saying Canelo Alvarez just really wanted out of Golden Boy Promotions because he didn't want to pay that 30% for the next 8 fights, which is understood, but you already signed the contract, bro. You signed the contract. For those that said, well, Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions didn't tell everything that was in the contract by Canelo Alvarez. Did Canelo Alvarez sign that contract as well? No, because it's a promotional signing a contract. What is the zone? Oscar De La Hoya don't have to tell him shit. This is about Golden Boy Promotions and the zone. Canelo is signed to Golden Boy Promotions. Do you think that when Top Rank is signing with ESPN, you think that Bob Arum goes and be like, hey, Vasily Lomachenko and Bud Crawford and Jose Ramirez and guys, I need your opinion on signing with ESPN. What do you think? Huh? No, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. Oscar would not let him go. He should not let him go. It's a contract. You going to, and that's what I mean. No, you don't let him go. I signed you. You're the biggest star also. Matter of fact, I just didn't sign you as the biggest star. I made you a biggest star. You think I'm just going to let it go like that? You signed the contract. You should have never signed to me. You should have never signed to me. Canelo Alvarez signed right back to Golden Boy Promotions. Come on, my people. Come on, man. Come on. Oh, he didn't tell him what was on the contract. Man, don't worry about it. I got you. Oscar De La Hoya was like telling the zone like this. The zone was, like I said before, the zone was looking at Oscar De La Hoya. Look, we need you to secure some fights for us. All we need is for you to secure that you're going to give us a trilogy with Triple G. We'll give you all the money you deserve and what you want. Oscar De La Hoya was like, yeah, don't worry. I'll get you this fight. Don't worry about it. Are you sure? We're giving a lot of money here. Hey, Oscar, we're going to give you the money, but just promise us that you could come with that trilogy because we need some subscribers. We need you. We need the revenue and we need to make our money back. We trust in you, Oscar. Are you really going to convince Canelo to fight a triple? Look, we could get you one fight, but please, very soon, give us that Triple G fight. We're gonna give Triple G a contract as well, so everything is gonna be great in play. So you and so we could get the trilogy. Come on, we need you. We're gonna get the contract. Oscar De La Hoya was like, "Don't worry, Canelo Alvarez will fight anybody. He's my friend." So you're gonna tell him, right? Don't worry, man. We friends. He's going to see the money that he's going to get. The biggest contract ever. Yes, he's going to say yes. Don't worry. Canelo fight. He's my friend. He fights anybody, anywhere, anytime. Great. So here's the contract, damn it. Make him the biggest star, make him the most luxury contract ever in the sport of boxing. Okay. Boom. Canelo, Oscar de la Hoya tells him, hey, Canelo, mi amigo, miras lo que te dieron. Wow, the check. Oh my goodness. Celebration. Everybody's celebration. Everybody's celebration. Interviews be like, hey, Canelo Alvarez, do you want to face Triple G? That's I don't want to play. I don't want to play Triple G no more. No. Oscar de la Hoya, no. Hey, the zone called Oscar. Hey, Oscar. We've seen Canelo Alvarez in the interview. He said he doesn't want to face Triple G. I just hope you can fix that up. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. He's just talking shit. He just says, Canelo, my friend, we need this fight, okay? Pero yo no quiero pelear ahora. Why I have to fight him again? And that's the problem. So Oscar de la Hoya, yes, he secured the contract. Yes, he didn't tell Oscar de la Hoya that he told the zone. Oscar de la Hoya didn't tell Canelo that he told the zone that, yes, that these are the type of fights that he's going to promise. But I believe that you would have done it because you're Canelo and you fight anybody. Come on, look at the test we put you through. Huh? Oscar did Canelo dirty. Did he rob? Raider, I'm gonna have you on. I'm gonna put it on the panel. Hope you could be on the panel as well. I don't understand what Oscar did him dirty. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you secure a luxury contract, the biggest contract in the history of boxing, and he did him dirty. Oscar de la Hoya, yo, Canelo was not talking about that y'all robbing me. All they saying is, we don't want you. Look. We let you fight Danny Jacobs. We let you fight Fielding. We let you fight Kovalev. Now, we just can't let you fight some other guy in COVID-19. There's no fucking gate, buddy. Huh? How about you fight? Just have it's a COVID. Just give us something in return. That's all. Canelo, no. What? Mr. Oscar de la Hoya, we signed a contract and you said that you was going to give us a damn good fight and a damn good story at it because damn it, we need them subscribers. We need the fans. We need more. Come on, I'm begging on ya. Come on. Don't worry. I handle it. Canelo, mi hermano, please. My goodness. Just, hey. Fight whoever. I don't care if you have to fight a Roman Reigns or the Big Show or whatever they say. Just fight. Don't worry. You're going to beat them anyways. Easy money, baby. Easy money. No, yo soy un peleador. Yo eso va la legacy. And I want to fight. I feel like Oscar let most of his stable go to focus on Canelo. I mean, it's good right now. I mean, Oscar de la Hoya and the Golden Boy promotion could focus on the upcoming star, but then let's not act like the upcoming star is not Ryan Garcia as well. Let's not act like Virgil Ortiz is not right there. Let's not act like there is no star with Golden Boy promotion because there is. Not everybody knows everybody in Mayweather Promotions. Not everybody knows everybody in Matchroom Boxing. Let me know the stars in Matchroom Boxing. Let me know the stars. Is it more than 5 stars? Huh? No, some people know are bigger than others, and that's it. What's good, D Hodge? What's good? What's good? Wonder how much Canelo will get for next fight. Yeah. And if he gets the same thing, where he's going to fight the zone. He's going to fight the same guy that the zone said is not approved. Maybe the zone and Canelo Alvarez, they planned this. Maybe they planned this. Maybe Canelo said, the zone, do something. I need your help. The zone, do something. I need your help. I need to get out this contract. I do not want to pay 30 to 40% to my promotional company. Please, the zone. Como de plan. Exactly. So why people acting like, oh my God, Golden Boy just had 1 star. Every company has their star. Mayweather got Gervonta Davis, right? Golden Boy have Canelo. Matchroom got who? Who Matchroom got right now? Anthony Joshua. That's it. These are the major stars. It's always like that in boxing. Always like that. Ryan is going to fight. Yep, Kalua, and that's next. So Ryan, you know, having little problems there, even though they give him a luxury contract, right? But then he's with Canelo. Canelo's gonna be like, Ryan, you're gonna be with Canelo promotion, right? Don't worry, I need you to start my thing off. You know what I'm saying? And that's what's gonna happen. I agree with you, Kalua. That's the next move. Virgil T is with MT Global now. Yeah, that's a manager, but he's still with Golden Boy Promotions. That's just a manager company. They're just gonna manage him. And that's a great move, but he's still with Golden Boy Promotions. That's a good move. Jojo Diaz, that's a good move. Regis Progress, that's a good move. But PBC. Who did Floyd fight at 22, even remotely close to skills and talent as himself? Nobody. Let me go read the comments, my fault. Let me read the comment. Let me go a little back. What's wrong with not wanting to pay anymore when you don't need to promote? Is JoJo. What's wrong with not wanting to pay anymore when you don't need a promoter? It's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with that. What I'm saying is the way he went about it. The way he went about it, trying to sue. And no, that's not honorable. That's not honorable. You're trying to shit on the person that actually made you because you figured out your own worth. That's like in a relationship. That's like in a relationship when a woman don't want you, right? She don't want you no more. She feels like, but look, I don't want you no more. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. And then, all right, you don't want to be in a relationship. Okay, so leave. But then you want to sue me, and you want all my money as well. All right, but you ain't want to be with me. Puede haberte. As soon as Canelo Alvarez is in the top of boxing, now it's to talk shit about Golden Boy Promotions. Why you ain't say that shit the first 2 years? A ver where you were gonna end up. Malagradecido ese tipo. He found out his worth. He found out the sport of boxing. That's what happened. He had relationships, and of course, you gain smarts. You gain people telling you how you can make more money, how you could do this, and stuff like that. That's what it was. That's it. It's how he went about it. It's not that he didn't need Oscar De La Hoya and Golden Boy Promotions, because we all know he don't need him at this point. But you can't go about it that way. That was a snaky way, not honorable. And that's all I'm saying. It was not honorable. Exactly. Thank you. When has business in boxing ever been honorable? So I get it, crazy. I get it. I say the same thing. I say that boxing is the most. Yo, Carlos, I say that boxing is the most corrupted sport in boxing. But when somebody's doing you right, why you can't be honorable? If somebody's doing you right, I don't think ain't nobody try to rob anybody. Did Canelo Alvarez say somebody's trying to rob me? No. I don't know. I'll put the link on. Let's talk about it, man. Canelo really moving like a freestyle agent does what Canelo does. Yeah, I just figured that it wasn't honorable the way he went by it. This has to be Puerto Rican. I didn't know what that means. Yo, hello, dímelo, mi hermano. The best boxing knowledge. Let's go. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you, man. Hope everything's doing well. Moonshine, do you really think Canelo needs a promoter? No, I already read that one. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Let me send the link, man. Let's put the link. Let's talk, man. Whoever want to talk. Because this has nothing to do. You follow the channel, does it have nothing to do? Yes, Canelo Alvarez is #1 pound for pound dude in the sport of boxing. Yes, I like Canelo. I like Canelo. I'm a fan of Canelo as well, but I break it down unbiasedly, logically, and objectively. Like I said, the way he went about it for me was a snake way and was not honorable to the people that actually made you. That's it. 30 to 40% is robbery. Yeah, but you signed a contract. That's what I mean. You signed a contract. You didn't believe in your worth. That's like when the Lox signed to P. Diddy. Y'all just ain't believing y'all worth when y'all was teenagers, and then y'all figure out the business, and then y'all want to be like, yo, you robbed us, but you signed to the fucking contract. Ain't nobody put a gun in nobody's head to sign a contract. Why is everyone so sure it's Callum Smith now? I don't know. I'm just saying that's what's reported, and then they said if Canelo Alvarez is going to be fighting Callum Smith, it's going to be on DAZN. So I'm like, hey, that's some sneaky shit, because Callum Smith was not approved by DAZN, and now he's approved by DAZN, and now Eddie Hearns is so great with the plan, and Golden Boy is not in the mix. And really, I don't know. That's just my opinion. This is just my opinion. It doesn't look right to me. Fucking Canelo Alvarez. I hate when people be like, Canelo Alvarez made Oscar De La Hoya Golden Boy. Y'all crazy, y'all nuts. I think that people forget. It's on pay-per-view punch. That's not. I'm just going by what I'm just going by reports. I'm talking about Callum Smith. I'm not talking about Caleb Plant. I'm not talking about that. That could be a pay-per-view. Let's go back. Let's see some reports. Let's see some reports, man. PBC, Showtime, not the song. Let's see. Canelo Smith. Go back. Let's see some reports. World Combat Sport. Some reports. PBC, Showtime.
What is good, Punch Shark? How you feel this morning, man?
I'm good. I think you got two things on. Probably you got the.
Yeah, I cut it off. It off.
What's good?
Yo, man, I just feel that Canelo, man, is giving back to boxing what boxing has been given, to the boxers themselves. There's been so many fighters get placed on the shelf for bad contracts and everything. I mean, I don't feel he's doing extremely dirty, except when he, tested positive for combuterol and everything and tried to put it on the beef. But the moves he's making right now, man, he's doing it like a boxer or a boss should do. He's just making his own independent moves, man. And like it's been said years and years, boxing is a dirty sport. So if the boxers are competing in this dirty sport, why not go about it just like the promoters and the matchmakers and everybody go about it for decades?
I feel you. No, I agree in that sense. I'm not in disagreement that Canelo Alvarez should be his own boss. I'm not in disagreement that Canelo Alvarez should have, shouldn't be with a promotional company. I agree with that. He has grown above Golden Boy Promotions. He doesn't need Golden Boy Promotions. The only problem I have is the way that he went about it. If Floyd Mayweather wasn't happy with Top Rank and he feel like he doesn't need Top Rank, he bought himself out. Oscar De La Hoya, he was a free agent. For me, this is the way that I'm looking at this. That I'm seeing, Callum Smith is going to be fighting Canelo Alvarez on DAZN. All of a sudden, DAZN is approving this fight. All of a sudden, he's going to go fight on DAZN if this happens. So for me, this was all about getting out of a contract that we all know that he should have never been on the contract with Golden Boy Promotion, because we all know that he doesn't need a promotional company for 8 more fights. Correct. And I think that's in my opinion, that's the way I'm looking at it.
It had to be a relationship between him and Oscar. It might have been behind the scenes for him to just get released from the contract as expeditiously as he was. It had to be something behind the scenes with Oscar, the way he did business. And then for Eddie Hearns just to quickly latch on to Canelo, man.
Yeah.
Now that's some underhand snakish type stuff right there.
This is what I'm saying, World Combat. Because during this Callum Smith not being approved by the zone, you didn't hear Eddie Hearn say nothing about that. No. You didn't hear Eddie Hearn say, "Oh, we're not fighting Canelo because the zone did not approve on this fight." But all of a sudden, Eddie Hearn is back, and you already know that the zone has a great relationship with Eddie Hearn. I think Correct. Eddie Hearn got more respect. They respect Eddie Hearn more than probably Oscar De La Hoya. I think they really got a relationship with Eddie Hearn. So True. All of a sudden now it's Eddie Hearn, Callum Smith, Canelo Alvarez, the zone.
That's the dirty part of the game, because you know the zone's trying to pick themselves up. They were struggling big time during this pandemic. They're trying to pick themselves up. So what better way to try to put on a fight? You know, I got this question, Punch. Like, how can it be Caleb Plant? You know, just recently, and then all of a sudden it's Callum Smith. I mean, I don't think his opponent is ready for this fight. I don't think it's been a full fight camp, man. Some ain't up. This seems like another easy round for Canelo.
I think that people was I think what it was is that everybody feels like if you leave any promotional company, that everybody gonna run to PBC. So I think everybody just ran with the, all right, oh, he left Golden Boy, he's going to PBC. Now let's look at Caden Plan, let's look at the Charlo, let's look at that, let's look at David Benavidez and stuff like that. I think it was, but then looking at how stories is coming out and possible opponents, I just think this was all a plan to get Golden Boy Promotions out of there. Yeah,
because they had previous animosity before, where him and Ryan Garcia came out in the media and they was bashing Oscar. So it was only a matter of time before the clouds clear. And man, I got to salute Canelo Alvarez for moving though. Like, he was successfully able to move away from that and win in the courts. Now the big question is, Punch, him not going over the PBC like you said. Is he still ducking the Charlo? Is he ducking the real competition at 60? You know, what is going on here? He gonna stay at the higher weight class? I mean, what we looking at?
Salute, Punch.
Salute, Kamal. Salute, Kalua. I don't think no fighter is scared of nobody. I think Canelo Alvarez is battle tested, is tested. He's not. I don't think he's scared or avoiding any other fighter. I think this right here was all about business. This period right here is having a plan to get away from a contract that he's going to be paying a lot of percentage to. You know, if he is paying 30%, if it's just say 30, let's say 30%, you know, that's probably the regular and promotional fee. If he's paying 30%, he's going to have to pay 30% for 8 more fights. And I felt like Canelo woke up, understood his worth, and be like, man, I don't want to pay all this much. There's a lot of money that I'm leaving on the table. There's a lot of money that I could put in my pocket. How can I get away from this contract, but yet still have that same type of money coming in without giving him that type of percentage?
Yeah, I never said he was scared. I just feel like Canelo don't consider the Charlo brothers as a big ticket item. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Charlo. I just don't feel he considered them as such. So he's going to stay away and fight who he chooses at a higher weight division where, you know, the money's at. I don't know.
Also for PPC, bro, I heard that they couldn't do the fight because of the NFL schedules. And it's like almost Christmas. They couldn't do a pay-per-view. That's what I heard. That's why he's not fighting Caleb Plant. I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, they had a fight just last December down here in the ATL with Tank Davis. So I don't know what that's about. Tank Davis had a fight down here with Yokis Gamboa.
Yeah, but it wasn't pay-per-view.
I don't know, man. I mean,
they can throw on a fight, whether it's December or not. People gonna be in there for the holidays. It's not like they're gonna be in the streets like that. But yeah, you're right, man. It wasn't PPV, but come on, man. Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez, does it really have to come out the box as a PPV? Seriously. And he up here trying to fight Abney Yildirim for the vacant WBC. Is that gonna be on PPV?
With the pay-per-view. I think that's what this what I think people are running to, because he's not no longer with Golden Boy Promotions and the zone that he's already gonna do some pay-per-view fights. I just feel like this wasn't about pay-per-view. This was
That's what I'm saying. The zone doesn't have a PPV structure. The
Yeah,
zone doesn't even have a PPP structure, man.
yeah. This is about for me getting away from the Golden Boy contract. That's what's it. It was not, and it was not how people. And this is just my opinion. There's not. I don't think that it was. Oh my God, the Canelo Alvarez didn't know about the contract with the zone. No fighter knows about the contract that the promotional company has with the network and stream. That's none of their business in reality.
Correct.
It's not Bud Crawford, like I said earlier, Bud Crawford, Vasily Lomachenko, Teofimo Lopez. If Bob Arum, Top Rank, is making a deal with ESPN, it has nothing to do with the fighters. The fighters are signed to the promotional company, and the promotional company is the one that does their business with the networks. So this thing about Canelo Alvarez didn't know that he was supposed to fight this. In reality, that's because you don't have to tell nothing to Canelo Alvarez. You don't got to tell that part. You signed to me. You know,
I think it's one punch. Golden Boy should have told Canelo about the stipulations that Golden Boy had with DAZN, because without that, like, maybe Canelo wouldn't sign the contract if that was the case. Don't forget, Canelo signed with Golden Boy. He thought the deal was, I handle boxing, Oscar handles everything else, and that got crushed when Golden Boy allowed Canelo to get straight from the IBF title. That just crushed everything. So if he's have to worry about not just the boxing part, but also everything else, then why is he paying Oscar?
Also, Punch, did you see Canelo's interview with Boxing Saga?
Nah, I haven't seen it yet.
He said that he wanted to make fights, and these promoters were getting on the way.
Which promoters? Other promoters or Oscar or Golden Boy promotions?
Oh, from his mouth, it said promote these promotions companies. So he wasn't specific. That's just what I heard.
Oh yeah, so it could be Matchroom too. It could be PBC too. So because his fights will have to he would have to do cross promotions. There's nobody in Golden Boy promotion where he could fight. So it has to be. He's gonna definitely have to do cross promotions with somebody. If you want to Caleb Plant, cross promotion, Charlo cross promotion, Callum Smith cross promotion, Kovalev cross promotion, Triple G cross promotion. Everything's gonna be a cross promotion with Canelo Alvarez. So if he did say that, I didn't listen to the interview, but if he's saying promotion, I think it's just everybody. I think that this is what it is. I think, I say this. I think with Golden Boy promotions, they felt like that people was drooling for a Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes, and there wasn't. They was not budging. They don't. Nah. That's not enough. And I think Golden Boy. I think that's where they messed up at. They think that if you want to fight Canelo Alvarez, that you should be grateful and honor, and you should take any money to fight Canelo Alvarez. And they're like, nah. I'm a champ. Callum Smith's like, I'm a champ. Caleb Smith was like. Plant was like, I'm a champion. I'll fight you when I want to fight you, when I'm ready. Not when you say. I got a lot of fights over here. You feel me? I think a lot of fighters was like that.
Yeah, I knew Caleb Plant from speaking with him twice already. When he finished fighting Vincent Feigenboots, he made it perfectly clear on the elevator that he wasn't fighting David Benavidez, because I initially had my camera out, right? He said, "No, put the camera up, man." So he was talking to his coach Larry Wade. He said, "Yeah, they trying to sit up here and run game and this, that, and the other." So I'm just listening. He said, "Yeah, David Benavidez trying to send this contract up here in a short period of time, catch me slipping, but it's not." I wish I would have been able to get it on video, but he said that right after the fight for Vincent Feigenboots. So I know he wasn't going to take this fight on short notice. It wasn't no way. 4 weeks, 5 weeks training camp. It wasn't no way, man.
And I understand what Kalu was saying about the IBF. I was mad about the IBF. I was mad about that because I really wanted to see an undisputed bout with Demetrius Andrade and Canelo Alvarez. But then Canelo Alvarez, he got stripped from that title, and then he went to fight Kovalev, which he got another title, another division, which is also a great accomplishment. A great accomplishment. So they made up for it, and Canelo Alvarez, and let's say if Golden Boy did fuck up, let them fuck up. All right, they fucked up. But Canelo Alvarez, you tested positive. You fucked up too. You ain't no perfect. And it takes a PR company, and it takes money to slip a lot of shit under the rug. It takes a lot of money to do that. So if Canelo Alvarez, you could fuck up too, Golden Boy could fuck up too. In the end of the day, you still had a great accomplishment by fighting Kovalev. And probably you got more notoriety. Probably more people know Kovalev than Demetrius Andrade. I mean, I wanted that fight, but you still got another big fight.
Okay, and then there's the Callum Smith things. You keep saying that Callum Smith wasn't approved. He was approved, but not at full pay. What's the point of having a 10-year contract if there's the reason athletes sign long-term contracts if there's security? If he's gonna be on a 10-year contract, but he has to negotiate how much his purse gonna be every fight. What's the point of being in that contract? Might as well not even in the contract at all.
Why they wasn't giving him the full pay?
Because he's wasn't considered a premium opponent, and apparently because Oscar made some guarantees that he would like fight, I guess, Moscadov, Oscar, like
So what? So why they?
No, the agreement was for him to fight once, a premier opponent once a year. And the zone initially they said that they didn't feel like Canelo was living up to those obligations with one premier opponent. But like you said, Kalua, you was right. He has some bogus names on that premier opponent, like Khabib Nurmagomedov and Conor McGregor.
I'm saying if so why are they saying that he's gonna fight him now?
Because it's an open fight that he could make right now, but it's not under contract. Like I said, the reason he signed a athlete signs long-term contract with bad teams is because it's guaranteed money. Well, guess what? If like LeBron James, you look at Anthony Davis, they're signing 1+1s. Why? Because they're like, I know after this year, I'll be able to make more money, and I have to be locked down. But if you're just like a Rashard Lewis, you want that 7-year contract because no matter what, you're going to make that money. So Canelo, why would he be stuck on a 10-year contract? I mean, on a 10-fight contract when he's negotiating his pay every fight, anyways. That doesn't make any sense.
No, what I'm saying is, yes, they didn't let Callum Smith fight Canelo Alvarez because they was not going to give him the full pay. So why are they talking about this fight now? Why would it be approved now? What's because the issue now?
The pay must be enough, but the issue is it's a one-off. So it's not like he's gonna be, he's gonna like if he's gonna negotiate his contract every single fight without being able to pin, without being able to have a counter bid from other networks on certain fights, there's no point of him being in that contract. The reason an exclusivity contract happens is it's supposed to be guaranteed. If it wasn't for the guaranteed money, he would have never sided with the zone.
And Punch, also the zone could be approving this fight because they're desperate. I don't know. That's another way of looking at it.
Didn't they have a contingency in that 11-fight deal? Wasn't contingency in there? It wasn't just guaranteed money for every fight. It was a contingency in there, right?
I'm not sure, man. I think these type of information is still coming out.
It was contingency in the contract, man. Like he just wasn't going to get a set amount of pay every fight, man. Even though there was an obligation for him to fight one premier fighter a year, it was still a contingency. Now I forgot what it was, but
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not. I'm just saying, in my opinion, the way he went about it, for me was snake to me. That's just all. I'm not saying it's wrong that he's not with Golden Boy Promotions anymore or he won it out. I just think the way he went about it. I just think that I think Golden Boy Promotions did a lot for him, a lot. And to take a fucking easy fight or a celebrity fight, you could say with him or with a Khabib or whoever, man, please, man, do that shit easy. It's not like we're pressuring Canelo to fight anybody right now.
That's where Floyd Mayweather messed up the game at.
Okay, a Khabib fight, that's easy. That Canelo could easily make that on pay-per-view, $100 million fight. Why would he get up the zone?
Absolutely not.
What? You don't think it's $100 million fight?
I don't think it's $100 million fight, man. I just don't, because you look at Conor McGregor. He was a 2-division champion at the time he fought Conor McGregor, and he barely broke over 100 million. So Khabib is not a Conor McGregor star status. You know what I'm saying? He's just a single division champion in the lightweight division. I don't think it would have been $100 million fight, to be honest.
How about Masvidal?
Masvidal has a little bit more fanfare to it. Masvidal potentially could have made close, but you know that would have been a little bit more interest because people have a connection to him fighting from the streets over to the cage.
Canelo Alvarez, man, not cashed out, but how you say it? He maxed out. He maxed out on mega fights, and I don't think that people want to say that. He maxed out on the biggest fight. The biggest fight for Canelo Alvarez was Triple G. He beat Triple G, and now he has to go down the slope. Now he has to look down and see who's a viable, because Plant hasn't made his mark, really.
Correct.
Benavidez hasn't made his mark. Charlo hasn't made his mark. Ain't nobody made his mark to the point where that's it. Triple G is that fight. For example, when we saw Floyd Mayweather fight Manny Pacquiao, right? Who was his next opponent? Berto. That's it. That is your max fight. That's the fight that the fans want to see. That's it. Canelo Alvarez ran through his resume real fast. He's only 29 years old, but really, I'm not desperate to see Canelo Alvarez really fight for anybody. The only reason why I want other people to fight Canelo Alvarez is for them, not really for Canelo Alvarez. If Canelo Alvarez goes and beats Smith, is that a high accomplishment? Or are we going to be like, oh shit, Canelo Alvarez beat Callum Smith or Caleb Plant? Oh, he actually beat the Charlos. Oh, I couldn't believe it. Wow, there is no more real mega fight for Canelo Alvarez.
I mean, that just proves the lack of depth of the scholars that's in the sport that have names like the Triple G at the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the depth isn't there in certain divisions. You get 1 through 5, and then it gets very dark from there. So it isn't like Canelo cannot make any money. He can make some money. Yeah. It's just what he motivated to do. Is he motivated to go back down to 160? You know, is he motivated to, you know, go fight these names that everybody's been talking about, like the Charlos and Andrades and all that? He may not be motivated, man. He may not feel that's not going to get him what he wants.
He maxed out mega fight. What these other fighters should be worried about is building their own legacy. Is building their own legacy. If Charlo unifies with a fight Demise Andrade and Charlo beats Andrade, and then he's coming out to unify. See, that's big. If David Benavidez fights Caleb Plant, a fight that we all want to see, and the winner fights Canelo Alvarez, that they make themselves a bigger star, then that's what it is. But these guys, it's just Canelo Alvarez is just picking whoever he could fight, whoever, just picking whoever they want to fight. Now I want to see these guys build their legacy. I already seen Canelo Alvarez build their legacy. I'm not desperate for Canelo Alvarez to pick an opponent. That's why I didn't care if he fights Khabib, because I'm not desperate to see Canelo Alvarez fight any of these guys. He maxed out on mega fights. He doesn't have any mega fights. He doesn't.
So right now, what's the highest division you would go up to say where the big names at? I think it stops at 47. You know what I'm saying? Even though Jermell Charlo is unified right now at 54, I think the big names is from, you know, in between that 47, 40, 35, 30, something like that. It's not really any big names that's out there to match up and equal Canelo Alvarez, you know, in PPV.
You don't have anybody. Who do you really have? Like all these guys, like the issue is right now, nobody's fighting anybody. People are more excited about 22-year-olds than they are boxing in their prime. All the people in their prime haven't fought nobody. Like Canelo himself, he could like put all the belts on a wall, throw a dart, hit a random name. Oh, I'm fighting this champion. It'll be the same like fighting any of the champions. So it's irrelevant. Same thing with 147. Who do we have really? We have Spence. We have Crawford. Who else?
Correct.
No. Everybody else is just like, okay, a bunch of like names that you just throw a lotto, pick one name out, and you have a fight. But even they fight each other.
But at least the welterweight is doing a good job in fighting one another. The top guys fighting one another in the welterweight division. They're doing a good job. So their name is still like after this fight, whoever wins, Danny Silva Garcia, Earl Spence. A lot of people got Earl Spence. All right, they still climbing for a Bud Crawford fight. It's still going to be high. Hey, a Spence and Thurman is still going to be a pay-per-view. A Pacquiao Spence is still going to be pay-per-view. Even without Manny Pacquiao, there's going to be a pay-per-view with Earl Spence, Bud, Earl Spence, Thurman, Bud. These are pay-per-view fights.
Well, the three top names in the welterweight division haven't fought each other yet. We're still waiting on that. You know, Keith Thurman had the time when he was unified, but he didn't want to fight Errol Spence. So we had Keith Thurman, Errol Spence, and Terrence Crawford. You know, they all haven't fought each other, but I understand where you're getting at. You know, Errol Spence coming back and fighting DSG, and then you got Manny Pacquiao lurking around, but they still trying to get moving too, man.
Okay, Garcia versus Spence. Does it break 300? If these guys are supposed to be like the top of their chart, can they even break 300 on their next pay-per-view? Look at the Charlo. Look at the Charlo twins. Where what they broke like what they got lucky if they can break 100.
I don't. Yeah, I don't believe. I don't believe. Yeah, I don't.
I don't think they break 300. But to be honest, not even Tank broke 300.
Yeah, but what they trying to say that he did over 250. So if they're gonna say they did over 250, they're gonna say that Earl Spence and Daniel Garcia did 300. They just gonna say. I don't believe in the numbers. I feel like if you're a boxing head and you know the promotion and you know what's if they make great money. I don't believe Gervonta Davis and Leo Santa Cruz broke not even past 150. I don't believe that. I don't believe that whatsoever. I don't think the Charlos did more than 100. I don't believe that. They could come out with all that work. I don't believe that.
Did Mikey Garcia and Errol Spence do pretty decent numbers though?
That did about what 350, I think it was.
Okay, so you did this fight. You know, you take Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence, and then Errol Spence coming back from the car accident, stepping in there with DSG. I mean, and the curiosity is there, man. People think Errol Spence has a little bit of I don't know, vulnerability, coming off that car accident. So, and Danny Garcia is the right opponent. He has the right style to go in there and fight. So it might do 300, man.
The number did well because of Mikey Garcia, bro. Come on.
Correct, but it's also where they fought too. It's not just because Mikey Garcia. It's for Errol Spence also, man. Both of them combined together, I mean, you got to give credit where credit is due, man. Just like Joshua and Klitschko. They sold out Wembley Stadium because both of their names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey,
you don't think Jamal and
the Spence versus what's it called? Spence versus what's his name? What's Showtime? What's his name? Wow.
Showtime, Sean Porter.
Yeah, Sean Porter would have done mega sales. It would have hit 400 or 500 because why? Because I would have showed like Spence had momentum, but it didn't. It regressed. It's supposed to be like he had a big fight with Mike Garcia. Then his next fight should have been huge as well because now he's unifying. So oh my god, the worst that is going, but instead it regressed, which is why I don't see it.
Somebody got a feedback. I don't know who it is. Nah, yo. So was you? Anyway,
it was me.
Nah. Probably. Let me see. Kalua. Probably Kalua.
Do I have a feedback?
Nah, you good. You're good. But yeah, man. So yeah, with the snake, it's not about that. Yo, I like Canelo Alvarez. I just feel like he did his snaky shit. That's all. With Golden Boy. That's it.
You do make a good point, bro. Everybody's shitting on Oscar De La Hoya.
I don't know where that come from, though. Where that come from?
I don't know.
What Oscar De La Hoya done in the game? Where is this coming from? That Oscar De La Hoya is now a hated person in boxing, and I see it a lot. I just want to know where did it come from. I know it didn't come from. I know it didn't come from what he did in as a boxer.
Yeah, for real.
LBDC hates the guy because he's like he's the sports. Like as like me, I don't hate Oscar. Like I see both of their points, and I agree with what Canelo did. I think Oscar messed up, and Dilla was like, you know what? I mean, Oscar was Canelo was like, I'm out. But as far as Oscar, I say nothing bad about him. He's a legend. He has one of the best promotional boxers. He has debuted a bunch of like great boxers. He's gonna keep doing it, and all the power to him.
See, me, I understand. I will understand if, for example, let me see who's not getting their judge doing a promotion of that. I will understand if Teofimo Lopez leaves Top Rank. I won't understand that. I won't understand if another boxer who's another boxer I could say that be like, damn, their promotional company is not elevating them. I can understand probably if Jojo Diaz wanted to leave Oscar De La Hoya, but Oscar De La Hoya has given Jojo Diaz title shots. He's given him he's given him the Gary Russell Jr. fight in which he had to do business with Al Heyman. He put his feelings to a side to make that fight happen. Right? He got him another title shot. Remember Machado, that other kid. Look, Cancion and Machado. Cancion was tight after because he felt like he wanted I don't know, more money or something like that. but he gives him the opportunity.
Oh, also Renee, bro.
Who?
The other guy, Cancio fought. He gave him a shot too.
Yeah, hey, look at Cruz DeJorn. She a champion. She's with Golden Boy Promotions. They say that he can't do nothing for black fighters. That's what they say about Oscar De La Hoya. He got a woman champion. Do they care about her?
Not from the looks of it.
I mean, that's the women's boxing in general. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're not the top names, you know, like Carissa Shields, Amanda Serrano, Heather Hardy, you know, all those fighters coming up. Mayer, Katie Taylor. You know, I mean, they have a limited skeleton crew of popular names, man.
And even the top names that people really care about.
Correct. Yep. If Teofimo Lopez, like you mentioned earlier, Punch, if he leaves top rank, you know, he hit the highest pinnacle. Wouldn't that be somewhat, you know, like people always say, yeah, you get to the top and then you abort the mission and go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he seemed to be having success over there at top rank. So if he abort the mission and move on, I mean, is it independence or him just being selfish?
Well, from the looks of it, bro, they don't appreciate him. That's what I get from it.
Hold on, let me say this. Oh, MTK, Black and Brown, MTK just a manager, a company. Virgil Ortiz with MTK, he still will Golden Boy Promotions. They still will Golden Boy Promotions.
Okay, it's sort of like this. And when like I watch other sports and all the sports, they have something called a draft. You know, you get a young prospect, you bring up in your system, you know, hopefully integrates into your team, and preferably, you know, becomes really good and he stays with your team. But guess what? When you don't take care of your stars tend to leave, or you don't pay your stars with their worth when they become free agents, they leave. Oscar, he had a star, he didn't take care of him. He tried to play games, like especially with the whole IBF thing, you know, to try to force Canelo's hand to fight Triple G. And Canelo's like, well, I don't need you. And then they try to mess with his money, you know, saying, well, you know what, you're not going to get your full amount unless you fight Khabib or Masvidal. And Canelo's like, you know what, let's go to court and I'm out of here. Because if you're going to give me what I deserve, why am I wasting my time with you?
He did what he could. But that's my opinion. He did what he did give him what he deserved.
See, it seemed like Oscar was trying to follow in the footsteps of Floyd, which them two don't like each other, period. But the fact that he was trying to even bring on board Khabib Nurmagomedov and freaking Jorge Masvidal, it's just is bewildering to think about that. That was one of the bigger fights that he was looking forward to. He was basically trying to reciprocate what Floyd did, but Floyd was able to do it at the right time. These guys, there's no way they could have came in there and received the same type of pay value as Floyd Mayweather did with Conor McGregor at the time. That fight was huge. And then it's a pandemic too.
Hey, World Combat Sports, you keep on forgetting Oscar De La Hoya was also on the list too.
The zone wanted a spectacle. They wanted some entertainment. They wanted some money back. They wanted what the zone really wanted was the trilogy with Triple G. They wanted a big fight. That's all they wanted, a big event. This is where I'm at. I'm not disagreeing with Kalua, but this is where I'm at in this. Is Canelo Alvarez pound for pound number one in a lot of people's list?
Yeah.
If he's not, you got issues.
Is Canelo Alvarez the cash cow of boxing?
Him or AJ, but pretty much.
Did they do their job? Whatever Oscar De La Hoya, whatever Canelo Alvarez wanting, coming into signing with Golden Boy Promotions 2010, whenever he signed them. That's what Canelo Alvarez said. I want to be the biggest star. I want to have the biggest fights, and I want to be a crossover and attraction. Oscar De La Hoya, Golden Boy Promotions deliver on everything that Canelo Alvarez wanted. They deliver.
Well, not really, because Canelo's no longer fighting with current competition. He's fighting with people in the past at this point. He wants to,
that's what I'm saying.
Be higher than anybody else is. So him wasting his time, he doesn't want to do that. He just wants acclimate after acclimate after acclimate.
Who thinks? All right. Who you
was
think
that from the interview, bro?
Who you think was gonna win? Who you think was gonna win? Callum Smith? Who you think was gonna win? Callum Smith or Canelo Alvarez? Who thinks out here that Callum Smith is gonna beat Canelo Alvarez?
Me.
I don't. Canelo's gonna like knock out Callum Smith. If
I don't.
No,
Callum
I
Smith
don't.
is on
I don't
Ryder,
think so.
there's no way he's gonna be able to handle Canelo.
Did he knock out Daniel Jacobs? Daniel Jacobs, in my opinion, is not better than Callum Smith.
Canelo had a bad knee when he was fighting Jacobs, but it looks like that bad knee's already
No,
healed.
I'm just saying he didn't knock out Triple G. He didn't knock out Daniel Jacobs. So all this knockout talk to Callum Smith, no, I don't see it, man.
Again, back then he had a bad knee. Now he doesn't have a bad knee anymore. It looks like his bad knee's already healed.
Hey, give me excuse all you want. He ain't just on a knockout streak, man. He stepped in there with Gennady Golovkin twice. He didn't even drop him.
Hey,
He had a bad knee then.
Hey, if my wife buys something for me that I really, really wanted to buy, but she ain't telling me that she used my name to get it or my credit to get it, but she got it for me. And she ain't telling me because she wanted to surprise me. But I wanted this thing so bad. And I'm going to be mad at my wife. How dare you use my credit to get this thing? I'll be like, whoa, honey, you got it? Where you got it from? How you made it possible? Yeah? Thank you, baby.
Hey, Punch,
That's the way I see
because
promotions. That's why I see Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez. The Canelo that he secured the biggest contract in boxing, and you should be damn happy that you got that. That's how I see it.
Hey, Punch, that's a bad analogy because anybody who's married knows that your money is her money and it's not your money. So if you want to get something and she says no, you can't have it. But if she buys it for you, you actually get it. So it's not the same thing.
No.
If she ain't working, shit, it's my money.
Even if she's not working, your money is your money.
Nah. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
It's a bad analogy.
I do think Callum Smith has a chance, bro. I mean, he is a good fighter.
Come on, man.
I think people looking at like with that fight with Triple G and the trilogy, would it do good numbers? Vice or Jorge Masvidal stepping in there with Canelo, a fresh face, even though he's mixed martial arts. Because the one dilemma I have is the previous performance of Gennady Golovkin. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of shaky, even when he stepped in there with Sergey Derevyanchenko. So will the trilogy, just because he's stepping back in there for a third time with Canelo, do numbers like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, boxing fans are not blind.
Look, Golden Boy, this is what it is. Golden Boy Promotion snaked the zone, and Canelo snaked Golden Boy Promotions.
Damn.
Golden Boy snake.
Pause. That's what it was. Canelo, Oscar De La Hoya convince the zone that I will get you that fight that y'all want, and I'm gonna convince Canelo Alvarez. So they snaked him on that deal. Canelo Alvarez snaked Golden Boy Promotion on that deal. Canelo Alvarez and the zone got together to snake Oscar De La Hoya. Pause. Because they felt that Oscar De La Hoya snaked the zone. It's a lot of sneaking going around. What do y'all think about that?
I agree. There's a lot of snaking going around, but I think the least snaking one was Canelo, because he went in there honestly. He's like, I just want to handle boxing, and I don't want to deal with all this other drama. That's why I hire a Oscar for, and he trusted Oscar. And Oscar let him.
But you know what? Canelo, now that he's gonna take control of his promotional company all the way, now he's gonna learn. He's gonna go back and be friends with Oscar De La Hoya. Remember what I said here now. He's going to learn. He's going to learn how to run his own company. Look, he think he could do it. Manny Pacquiao thought he could do it, and what did Manny Pacquiao say? I would never do it alone again. When he did that co-promotion with Oscar De La Hoya, a lot of responsibility. You can't do it. You can't do it alone, right?
Well,
he learned. He said he gained a lot of respect with other promotional company. Watch.
It all depends on who he hires around him to take care of the stuff. Eddie Reynoso looks like he might be good at it, but we don't know. So we'll see. But if it doesn't work out, he should go back to Golden Boy if he doesn't work out by himself, and be like a sub promoter where he has his own little brand, just like the PBC does, where there's like all these quote unquote promotional companies when they're really not. But he should do something like that.
Miguel Cotto did the same thing. He thinks it's easy. Watch him come. Watch him come back and do business. Come back to daddy. Come back to daddy. That's what's gonna happen.
Oh, mommy.
Oh, mommy. He's gonna come back. Cause in the end of the day, I didn't feel Oscar De La Hoya or Golden Boy Promotions robbed Canelo. It wasn't a robbery. It wasn't a Don King held the money from you. They didn't try to hold the money. The Zone tried to hold the money from him, not Golden Boy.
So when you say
who gave the Zone the power to hold the money from Canelo?
They gave him the power, but I'm saying, me thinking that if they do have a friendship, I think he's going about it like, yo, with this money we giving you, he wouldn't say no to this. Why would he say no to this? I'm just speculating. That's just how I feel it could have gone down. Like Oscar De La Hoya saying, oh, he's my boy. Trust me. Don't worry. We're going to get you. Don't worry, the Zone. We're going to get you that fight that y'all want. Don't worry. We're going to give you that event, that big money that's going to draw in a lot of subscribers. Right?
I got a question though. You know, when it comes to, you know, him facing Gennady Golovkin, you know, last time in 2018, when was he set to go back in there for the trilogy? It wasn't anything set. And, you know, Canelo had the last say so on his opponents per the contract, right? You know what I'm saying? He had the say so on his opponents. That is fact.
Let me be a little personal. You're extremely entertaining. If you did a different podcast outside of boxing, you'll be way bigger than you are. Why are you bothering with boxing?
I love boxing.
Can't you say something about Canelo? He loves fighting the best instead of fighting like joke fights.
Well, I try to do something. I try to do something, but they just be canceling me. I was doing I was talking politics. They canceled me, Kalua.
Okay, why'd you be doing? If you did like a Twitch stream or something like that, you become huge. With your personality, the way you are, you'll become huge. But
my shit was my shit was the truth hurts ouch.com.
I mean, his channel now is even growing tremendously. So I mean, give it another, you know, 5 or 6 months, it's gonna be doing crazy numbers. I don't see where he's failing at right now on his channel, especially with the content and the interviews he's got popping right now. It's gonna be huge.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if he did gaming, he would be way bigger than he is doing boxing. Why? There's a bigger market. There's a lot more people who do gaming. You know, he could do other stuff. He could do football. He'll be huge in football. He could do soccer. He'll be huge in soccer. No matter what, there's bigger avenues where he could grow to.
I mean, you gotta know what the hell you're talking about when you're talking about soccer.
I just think that the Zone was with that. I just think that the Zone was also desperate. Like, come on, guys, give me something. Remember, the Zone was throwing money like fucking candy in Halloween. Yo, they even gave a lot of people don't even want to talk about Triple G. I'm gonna get on Triple G as well because Triple G got a luxury contract and he hasn't fought nobody.
They gave him the money though. I want to, like I asked before, when was he scheduled to step back in there for a trilogy with Triple G? If you say that he juiced freaking Golden Boy, like when was he set to go back in for a trilogy? And the first 2 fights was a year apart.
Yeah, I do think that the Zone actually gave Triple G that contract, thinking that they're gonna see Canelo and Triple G.
They weren't even shy about it. They were talking about it.
Triple G snaked the Zone too.
Hey, Punch.
Yes, sir.
When it comes to politics, bro, just be careful because my president, Joe Biden, he might censor us.
Hey, he's not elected president, but let's move.
He said my president.
He said my president.
I think you're the first one I heard on social media say my president, Joe Biden.
I'm just trolling, bro.
He was celebrating in the street like a bunch of people was doing.
Hey, all I know, Biden did a great job. He got elected, instantly cured Corona.
I mean, no, he waited till Trump was out of office to present the vaccines.
You see, he already did something in office, bro.
Snake move.
He cured COVID, bro, in one day.
And now he probably after January he will want to give the people their stimulus check. We don't want to give it before Donald Trump, because then if we give these people money, then it's gonna look like Donald Trump gave these guys, the American citizens, some money, and they're gonna vote for him.
If they do it before Christmas, it'll work out well, though.
Yeah, because then they'll go back into the economy because everybody gonna be shopping.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. That's the sneak part of it, you know.
Yeah, man. Oh man, politics, and then politics and boxing.
So was the politics, you know, you saying you've been canceled, was it because they found out you was drinking moonshine on camera?
They silence conservative voices, man.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Oh, I got kicked out of Facebook. Had to come up with 3. I mean, no, this is my 4th Twitter account. They blocked me. I tried to do one YouTube account. They took that. The YouTube account was The Truth Hurts. Ouch. They canceled that one out.
Damn.
Nah, Punch. It's even worse.
That's why for a while I just called Trump. I said 45. I call him Captain Orange. That's the way. If you look at me on Twitter, I don't say Trump. I say 45, Captain Orange, and things like that. Just
they're not censoring and canceling out Michael Rappaport, who's the worst of them all.
Yo, on Twitter, I cannot.
He's okay because he's a liberal, bro. He's a liberal. He's free smoke.
I cannot have.
We talking about the actual social media accounts. His IG. His IG is like flame, man, like fire.
Matter of fact, look at. I put a quote right away. Hold on. I think on IG. But let me see if I did snap. Shit, this one. Hold on. I was on a high 97. I said, yeah, liberal puppets. These are dumb folks. These hoes are worse than the white supremacy. Y'all straight sellouts. They say your comment goes against our community guidelines. We removed your comment because it goes against our community guidelines on hate speech or symbols. I've seen worse shit than that.
Exactly. You know, even with Michael Rappaport, once again, I don't know if he has a YouTube, but man, that man is he flamed the shit out of Donald Trump every freaking time he got. Man,
he could say whatever he want to say
out there.
He could say whatever he want to say.
Yeah, he can, man. He can say whatever he want. They don't do shit.
All I gotta say is, bro, we gotta give Joe Biden a chance, bro, because he's our next president. We have to give him a chance at least. What do you guys think?
I mean, hey, I don't. It's not about respecting the politics, but I just gotta respect my fellow citizen and voting for him because it's like that. It's not about the politician. Biden ain't gonna be there forever. But hey, it's fair game. If you voted, there's millions of people that voted for him, so I have to respect my fellow neighbors. You know. I didn't, but I gotta respect what millions of Americans want as well. I hope that they respect my vote as well. I know they didn't, but I do feel like, you know, it's not about the politicians, but it's us Americans respecting other Americans and their votes. That's it. That's how I see it.
Biden's gonna be president for 2 weeks, and he's gonna like retire, and Kamala's gonna be president. So why you talking about Biden as president? He's not gonna be president.
Yeah. I don't think so. But hey, it is what it is. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that this man did not give any promises. He didn't tell you what he's going to do, and people just voted for him because they just hated on Captain Orange. But he ain't say nothing. Like, come on, what was his plan?
Communism, bro.
Okay.
I'm just playing. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
No, but yeah, y'all been asking that question throughout the weeks. I said, what was his plan? What got you to vote for him? Nah, we gotta get Trump out of here. Really? That was
to be honest, bro, I didn't vote, but I know you love Trump, and I'm just messing around. I'm just messing around here.
I supported this administration. Put it that way. America come first. That's all.
Yeah, bro.
Well, at least 2021 is going to give us a fresh look at, a person that's been in the office for 8 years previously. So it's now it's time for him to, serve independently. Let's see how it works with the first female VP. Let's see how that goes, man.
You know what I did? I thought this country was moving. I thought it was moving to an independent. Like I would have thought that the next president would be like 4 years from now will be independent. I think that was the transition. It went from forget politics. They put in Trump that was a celebrity. After that, I felt like at that moment when he became president, that people really got tired of politicians, and now it's going to be moving into forget. I think we was running away from parties, and then now we're moving into independent. You know, give the Green Party a chance or the independent. I think the next president will be independent because by now we just come on, what they've been saying all day, what they've been saying that we're voting for the less of two evils. Aren't we just tired of voting for the less of two evils? Can we vote for somebody that we all collectively think that they're good? Right?
So how about Ryan versus Campbell being on the subcard of Canelo versus Smith?
Who, December 19th?
Isn't it the 29th, 28th, 29th?
19th or 20th.
You said Ryan versus who?
Luke Campbell.
It's gonna be.
It's not gonna be ready, man. It can't go like that. You know, you can't have a gap like that to recover from COVID and then come back there early.
Hey, the president recovered for 3 days from COVID. If that old man could do it, come on.
He never had COVID, man. He wanted the field. He wanted the country to come to his aid, man, so he can get reelected. That's all.
You should see the comments, Punch. They were wishing for death.
Huh?
I'm not gonna go that far, but yeah, it was
they were saying the Simpson prediction, bro, are coming true once he got COVID. That shit was funny.
Hey man, you listen to Michael Rappaport during that time when the president got COVID. Oh man, it was vicious. It was vicious, man.
What? That's hate speech right there. Yo, you know what? You know how I got kicked out of Twitter? I said, if Bernie Mac can't stand a chance debating Donald Trump, he will catch a heart attack. They terminated me. That comment right there terminated me.
That was a double edge right there, though, man. That was a rated blade right there, bro. Talking about Bernie Mac, people love Bernie.
No, not Bernie Mac. I'm sorry, Bernie Sanders.
Oh, okay. I was just about to say.
No. Bernie Sanders. I said Bernie Sanders.
Well, a lot of people said Bernie Sanders. The reason why he's not in office because they always think, they don't know if he's gonna die one day or he's gonna live the next. I mean, he looks so damn old and decrepit.
I cannot do I can't do a Twitter account with Punch Drunk Boxing. That's why it's Mr. Moonshine. They'll deny it.
Damn, Brian, know you was deep like that out here. Shit.
I have 5,000 followers on Twitter, and they terminated me off that one after I won one statement.
So why don't you just do Podbean or Anchor?
I got Podbean. That's where my podcast is at, in Podbean.
Why don't you just stick to the podcast instead of?
No, that's what I'm saying. I do the Punch Drunk Boxing, and then I do the Podbean. I think I just got fed up. I think I got drained talking about politics. But mine was more about politics and going after the family court system.
Hey, but Trump did have his chance to stop these censorship, bro. I don't know why he didn't do anything.
I mean, he's going to what's the other site that a lot of people is going to right now that is not Twitter? Parler, right? Yeah. I'm going to
guys. Hey, Punch, I'll see you tonight at Tipsy Thursday.
Yes, sir. Happy Hour Thursday tonight. Yeah, man. But yeah, man. I just think that look, Canelo Alvarez good. He's his own boss. Great. I like that he's in that position right now. I just didn't like how he went about it. I just I would like to. It's a good thing, man. Seeing Canelo Alvarez and Oscar De La Hoya, they could do actually business together, man. Instead of I don't even like the Floyd Mayweather and Oscar De La Hoya being on some enemy shit. Like I feel like they could do so much together. Both of them fought. Like nobody could understand Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya. Nobody could understand them. No promoters could understand that. Fighters, they master the game. Especially Oscar, master the business and the art of the game. Like they should be taking over boxing. Golden Boy promotion and Mayweather promotion, they the one that should be taking over boxing. They the one that went through the trenches. and now they got the money and now they got the power. That's what I want to see. What do y'all think?
And that's a true point you just mentioned, man, because these two was at the top of their game. I mean, they considered greats of the sport. But then you look at the other promotions, Showtime and freaking Top Rank. It's not even boxers leading. And they wasn't even boxers, man. They didn't even grind in this sport. They don't have the trench work and the multiple championships and coming up through the dang sport. But with Golden Boy and freaking Mayweather Promotions, man, it just seems like they can't even grow their branches out here and be prominent promotions. I think they got to get 55, 60 years old before they actually become established in the eye.
Now boxing is mafioso. Nobody just could come into boxing and be successful. That's why people don't understand. It's even weird to see Golden Boy Promotion succeed for so long. It's not supposed to happen. Ask anybody in boxing, World Combat. Ask anybody how hard it is to be a promoter and be a successful promoter in boxing. This is a small circle that even if you could have all the money, Jay-Z couldn't succeed here. Rock Nation couldn't succeed here. Nah, it's mafioso here.
Yeah. I just think with Oscar being who he was considered a good guy in the sport. He did everything, right, supposedly, and everything. Like you mentioned earlier, I don't see why Floyd hate him so much. It may be something behind the lines or whatever, but I would think more the Latino Mexican community, I think they have kept Golden Boy afloat just a little bit, and the good guy type of label that Oscar has. I think the only thing that holds him with a blemish is, what he chose to do outside the ring. You know what I'm saying? Having the drug issues and the cross-dressing and all that shit. I think that's more of a factor.
Yeah. I saw, but how I saw it as a factor? I mean, not a factor. I saw it as a dude high and having fun with a chick and being a wild dude. Like when you look at what was that show back in the days? These dudes in MTV, they used to wild out.
Talking about Jackass?
Yeah, Jackass. I saw him like a jackass. Like I saw they do some stupid shit and they funny. That's how I saw. I ain't see yo, this guy is gay. Yo, look. I'm like, yo, people, I ain't see it like that. I see the dude, he's sniffing, having fun, being crazy with a chick and stupid. Yeah, that's how I saw him. Like, I don't take a lot of shit serious,
I mean, when he saw her take out the camera, that's when he should have acted like he was high and start swinging. Because that picture right there, that picture messed up everything. Imagine if Bernard Hopkins, I'm talking about blacks now, because blacks would take that a whole different way than Oscar. If it was Bernard Hopkins that was caught with that type of attire on, he wouldn't be in the position he would be now. Period. I don't care what type of LGBTQ and all. No, he wouldn't be able to do it. It wouldn't happen.
Look at Mike Tyson when he was in that. What was that lip sync contest?
Yeah.
How he was dressed, tight pants and acting like he was salt and pepper and shit like that. Ain't nobody gonna get mad at him, man. They know he clowning, doing whatever. You know what I'm saying?
But they also know Mike Tyson came from a rough background. He's molested and everything else, and he did what he did coming up. He had a rough life. They look at Mike Tyson more of a bully, who prison type bully shit, rather than somebody that's out here on the corporate level. You know what I'm saying?
Mike Tyson is the only one that could say, "I'll fuck you till you love me, faggot," and they won't think he's gay.
And don't nobody say shit. Nobody say shit. Oh man, he about to fuck a piece.
Mike Tyson's the only one that could say that shit, and people be like, "Yo, I dare to say he's gay." I fucking till you love me. Say it again, white boy. I fucking till you love me, faggot.
Punch, would you fight Mike Tyson for $15 million?
Yes, I would.
Who wouldn't? Hell yeah, because hey,
if you would have asked me that,
I'll do the Bruce Seldon. The time he throw the punch, I'm going down. I do the Bruce Seldon. It's out.
I'll take a dive.
I mean, did you hear about Luis Ortiz's opponent, Alexander Flores? They held this $80,000 purse because he flopped. So they trying to say, hey, you have to come before the commission and explain to us what the hell was going on. That rarely happens. I mean, I wonder why they messing with him like that, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man.
I saw the video. I tried to look into it. I didn't find anything, bro. I don't know what got him down. What you guys think got him down?
Which one? The Luis Ortiz?
Yeah.
Man, he probably took a dive, man.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. But who knows?
It took a dive. I mean, it's weird. It's weird to hold all his purse.
Yeah, he has to go before the commission. Usually, that's not as, anal retention for people think. You know what I'm saying? He just got to go explain. It's not like people sitting there and say, "No, you didn't get hit." They wasn't in the ring, so it is what it is, man. But I wanted to ask you, what you think about, Deontay Wilder potentially saying he want to come back and fight Andy Ruiz?
That's a good fight.
Yeah, that's a pretty good fight, man.
That's a good fight. I want him to slot. I don't know who's his PR. I know he doesn't have a PR. But if you're gonna talk about fighting, right? Fighting next, then talk about fighting next, man. Stop talking about that shit, that Tyson Fury and all that bullshit. Just stop talking about it. I'm a fan of Wilder, but he's looking too weak, man. He's looking too weak.
If everyone was clamoring for him to come out of seclusion, and let his voice be heard for months and months and months, and he comes out, then everybody light him up with criticism. I mean, why did you want to hear him speak in the first place?
Yeah, it's just
a question. You know what I'm saying? It's just a question. Like, what is he saying? That he ain't saying he ain't trying to fight. He's still trying to get the fight with Tyson Fury. I think that's a plus.
No, he's talking about that. That's what I'm saying. Just keep it with the fight. But if you're gonna go about it by you cheated and he went through this and he went through that, that's what people don't want to hear.
Wait, didn't he let the contract expire though?
Well, I wouldn't say let. Bob Arum said, regardless of the pandemic, the contract still ticks on, so to speak. So if they were supposed to fight at this date, but there was a pandemic and you couldn't train, still the contract was still active. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't tell you, to be honest. I mean, it's no such thing. It's not like the contract just absolved and Tyson Fury is able to go fight Caballero and then go fight Anthony Joshua. It's not a clear path like that, man. It's not. It's not a clear path. That's why you hear the court and the litigation shit coming up now. It's not that easy. Even Eddie Hearn said that. Eddie Hearn's put that out there. He said, I would want for Tyson Fury to face Anthony Joshua 2021, but we expecting Deontay Wilder to push for litigations on this particular matter. If that's the case, then Anthony Joshua will fight Alexander Usyk.
Damn. We're not getting the undisputed belt then.
See, to be honest, maybe the strategic is that we're gonna say that he's gonna say all these things and then make people want to see the trilogy. In my opinion, to me, I don't even feel like seeing the trilogy because of all this allegation stuff. Like I'm with Tyson Fury in this sense. Like, I'm not gonna fight you if you keep on talking like that about me. I'm not gonna fight you.
But he gotta return the favor though, Punch. Like he gave the man the immediate rematch, and he chose to take 2 other fights and go to the WWE. But
it's almost like what somebody wrote in the comment box. They said, but yo, when is making business? I mean, when is boxing honorable? Some of the same thing. Yeah. People were telling me about Canelo and Oscar de la Hoya, why he got to be honorable. Boxing is not honorable, right? Okay, so he doesn't have to. But I do think that Tyson Fury should give him his shot. Should give him the shot just based off. Forget about the expiring contract. Forget about the expiring contract. He should fight him because he gave you a shot when nobody. I mean, when nobody was asking for Tyson Fury.
Correct. And Wilder even mentioned also when he was talking, when he was giving his interview, that he gave a Tyson Fury a freaking verbal commitment to say, "I'll fight you, man. Get yourself together. I'll fight you." And then after the draw, he was basically saying he didn't have to fight Tyson Fury again, but he did, So
because he didn't want Joshua, bro.
He did want Joshua, man. He'll knock Joshua out in shorter fashion than he did Ortiz.
Then why he turned down the fight and fought Tyson instead?
It was too look the fight Anthony Joshua for the unified titles. Eddie Hearn's gonna make that as difficult as possible, man. Just like when they was initially in negotiations in 2018, they did all the 12 million flat fee. If your previously 2 to 3 opponents don't have flat fees, that means you're making it difficult for Wilder to get a fight. You want him to go in there fighting for pennies when he has people to pay. So after 12,000, I mean 12 million flat, 15 whatever taxes, you pay your people. Deontay is coming out of there with barely anything to fight for the undisputed titles. And he was willing to do that. But Eddie Hearns came back with something else on the contract. They didn't want the fight, man.
Yeah. But see, Deontay Wilder, when he was coming out and he was talking about all that stuff, he said that they was offering way more money than they was offering Tyson Fury. That's what now people are saying that you dug Anthony Joshua. Because
they want to fight in the UK, right?
I don't know. Maybe Vegas.
No, Deontay Wilder, when he offered the 50 million, he said the only stipulations was you fight in the States, you fight this year, and that's it. It's no rematch clause. That was the 3 stipulations. You know, fight in the US in Vegas this year, 2018, and freaking it's no rematch. That was it.
Yeah, man. I just think Wilder needs to stop talking about that. You know, what do you feel about Teofimo Lopez comment?
He got balls, bro. He's always been like that. He says it how it is. People are now like shitting on him because they're just hearing about him right now, saying that he's over his head because he just want to fight. I like the comment, bro. It took guts.
I look at it like this. I'd be a hypocrite to get on here. You know, somebody who's heard the worst of the worst being in the military, the worst of the freaking worst. I would be a hypocrite to go up here and say Teofimo said something wrong when fighters, they talk crap to each other all the time, man. You know, like when he was out there and he was fighting in MSG, he called for Vasily Lomachenko a bitch twice on camera with the top media. The top media. And no one was saying nothing. But then, you know, he comes out and say, hey, you know, stop being a bitch. Yeah, it was harsh, but we're talking about grown men in the hurt business. I didn't think too much of it, man. I'm just saying, man, I'm not going to sit up here and cry foul and say Teofimo, I ain't fucking with him no more and all that shit. Man, it's trash talking, bro.
That's how I feel.
The thing with that, bro, he's always been like that. So I don't know why everybody's surprised.
Everybody's surprised because they're not used to hearing T.O. talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if they would have paid close attention, he called Vasily a bitch before he was even close to fighting Vasily. Before he even fought Richard Comey, he called Vasily Lomachenko a bitch. He did. He said he's a prima donna and he a bitch.
And a diva.
And a diva. You know what I'm saying? All that collective trio right there. And that ain't harsh. You know what I'm saying? That's harsh, man. Shit, you know, I mean, what more do you ask for? But it seems to me, man, they just trying to make it a white-black thing, so to speak. Even though T.O. ain't white, they just trying to make it about. I get sick of that because I had to serve. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm from the South, man. I grew up around racism. They always try to make it about that shit. I just get tired of it, man. Because I have Honduran in my family. You know, that's not the reason why I'm supporting. I'm just saying, like. Man, when's enough is enough. I understand what my race is, and I support my people wholeheartedly. Yeah. When they protest was popping, I was out there. But every time a fighter says something to another fighter, you act like that's just the harshest thing ever. Boxing has always been about trash talking. Always.
Yep. What's going on? Let's go ahead, Shelling, man.
Hey, just to add on to that topic, bro, we need to understand that in the sport of boxing, race sells the most. You know what I'm saying? Just like in news and in general, race is the main topic of everything. You know what I'm saying? So without race, really think about it, bro. Without race, the highest pay-per-view fights in the sport of boxing would have not been so high, bro. So you gotta look into all that shit, bro. So when I hear things about race and all this shit, man, I just look at it like it ain't shit, bro, because it's just a selling point to the fans and to instigate and all that shit. It's just like the news, man. When I watch the news, bro, I don't really get too many feelings into it. I don't put too much emotions into it, bro. It's whatever to me because I know they're pushing an agenda similar to boxing, man.
I
The
think I,
best thing we could do, bro, as fans, is just educate the people on what they're doing, and people could spread the message, man.
I think is I understand that, but also I think they use it. I think they use it too much. Like I don't think that's the only way to make big fights. Hagler, Hearns, there's two brothers. Foreman, Ali, there's two brothers. Ali, Sonny Liston, two brothers. Lewis, Tyson, two brothers. Tyson, Holyfield, two brothers.
Yeah, but that's like old school shit. You know what I'm saying? Right now, the race topic, I would say since like the early 2010s to
I
up to
don't,
now, bro, the race topic in America and probably around the world, who knows, but mainly in
but
America, it's the hottest topic today, bro. So when you bring that shit into boxing, you just bring more eyes and listeners and casuals or whatever, bro, into
I,
the fucking sport.
I understand, but I just don't think it's not so much of a like it is like it's definitely gonna work that way. Look, we just finished talking about two fights. What was it? Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, two brothers. The fights that we all want to see: Earl Spence and Bud Crawford, two brothers. Has nothing to do with race. The biggest fights has nothing to do with race right now in the present time, recently or before. Like I
So
know
why
that
aren't they happening? Why aren't they happening?
no, I'm not happening, but clamming for it.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
think
But why do you think they're not happening? Because they're not big enough,
Money,
or you don't
money.
they don't have the.
they're gonna happen. They can't happen during the pandemic. They definitely gonna happen. It's just they trying to move the puzzle pieces in place. Especially, you hear Bob Arum talk all the time. That fight needs a live gate. It needs a live gate. I mean, that's Arum talking. If he relocates from top rank, would y'all be surprised? I think Crawford is still tied down by that Chris Menendorf from Victory Boxing Promotions. He still have to give a percentage. So I'm not sure how the whole resignation process is going to go for Crawford. From what I'm hearing, if he beats Brook, he's going to try to, travel over across the street to PBC and try to make that big fight with Manny Pacquiao.
Hey, to answer
It,
King UB, bro, Pacquiao versus Mayweather did have a lot of race issues into it, bro. Come on, man. Let's look it into perspective. And you
I
guys
don't.
might be older than me and might have been on YouTube during those days or Facebook during the Manny Pacquiao. There's a lot of race shit going into that fight, bro. Like let's
Nah,
not get shit twisted, bro.
to be honest, I do agree with King on that one. I didn't look at. To be honest, they ain't even crossed my mind now that I'm just reading about it. I never saw it. I never saw Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao as America or the black versus the Filipino. I ain't look at it like that.
Yeah, you can't make that. You can't make that stand anyway, because the Filipino nation, when it comes to boxing, they overpower a lot of groups. I mean, it'd be tough to say Mexican Filipino. I don't know, but I know the Filipino people stand behind their fighters, most of them, and they really sit down and support them. But I'm not just talking about black white race in boxing. It can be Mexican black. It can be black Mexican, black Filipino. It's just some type of buildup. It has to be race orientated.
That's what I'm saying. The biggest buildup in boxing nowadays, not even white, because white people are not even in fucking boxing that much. It's normally non-blacks versus blacks, and it's always about race. Like these people, the people on the internet, these dudes that write articles, it's always about fucking race, bro. And it's getting to the point where it's gonna start to push fans away from the fucking sport, bro. Just in general, man. Just like you don't want to watch CNN or Fox. It's because it's always about fucking race. Similar is going to be to boxing, bro. Like people are gonna get frustrated with this shit.
This how I look at it with the comments when people try to come hard and they bashing Teofimo Lopez. I look at them as boxing temporaries, man, because if they look at the press conference, the worst press conferences that's been in boxing, it's been with blacks going against blacks. It has. You can look at freaking Hassan Rothman and Lennox Lewis. You can look at Tyson, Lennox Lewis. I mean, you can look at Bernard Hopkins. You can look at Riddick Bowe and Donald. Riddick Bowe punched him with a 2-piece. I mean, that's just the way it is, man. I'm not really talking about it in that perspective. I'm talking about like on social media, they always try to make it about freaking race and shit, man. And it's just get old, you know?
I agree.
I agree. I don't even know why they make everything about race. The YouTube shit is getting too much about race.
Yeah. I mean, even
you forget about debating about we forget about debating about boxing. It just becomes a race thing. Everything is a race thing. They turned the Teofimo Lopez, Deontay Wilder into a race thing. Everything is a race thing. I don't know why.
But really look into this, bro. I'm gonna put it in a non-boxing perspective. When you see an article, you know what I'm saying, you get 2 magazines or 2 newspapers, and one article says a cop shot an unarmed man, right? And then the other article says a white cop shot an unarmed black man. Which article are you gonna go towards?
the unarmed black man.
You know what I'm saying? Why? Because it brings race into it. It brings controversy into it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's pushes. That's what the media pushes out there, though.
I say that all the time.
Saying. So boxing is the media is the same, bro.
I say that. Yeah, I say that all the time. I give that analogy all the time. Like, why when a cop, if a cop, just a regular cop, black cop or Latino cop shoots a black or Latino, they don't say they don't say the black man or the Latino man shot by the black cop. They always say a black man shot by the cop, and then there's a white cop. Then it's a race issue.
Yeah, because it brings controversy. It brings more eyes to the topic. It brings people. They get to sell more newspapers or whatever, more viewership. So race is a very big topic in 2020. That's crazy, man, because we've been through so many shit, bro, and you would think that us as people would advance already over that shit, you know what I'm saying, and move on to the next chapter of life, and we're still stuck on that, bro. It's crazy.
It ain't going nowhere. Shit,
the media, it could go somewhere if people become smart and stop eating everything the media tells them. Identify when they want to play with people and play with people's emotion when it comes to race. You know, identify by now is a game. The only thing is that people don't want to identify it.
But it's not really about identifying no more. It's about narratives and people being caught in. Hold on, bro. Something going. Hold on.
Yeah, I mean, and it's getting like that. The boxing scene, the boxing community is becoming narrative pushers. We're not even we're not even breaking down boxing. We're just becoming a narrative pusher right now.
I mean, I try to break down boxing when it comes down to it, but ultimately we do sway off to the side a little bit, you know what I'm saying, and get off topic. But, you know, it's just too much that I'm seeing where, you know, when it's too, I have to call like whatever it's called when it's black on black too. You know, you have to include that in there because, you know, you're not going to destroy another black fighter just to support one other black fighter. What is that considered? That's some type of discrimination wholeheartedly, especially when it's extremely personal, you know, disrespectful. How is it any different than a white person being over there? The amount of comments, you know, no, it's still disrespectful. It shouldn't have some type of freaking what they call it. You are I don't know, you have some type of sensitivity to turn the cheek or something like that when it's black on black. But you just don't want to do that when it's black and white or something like that. Shit go both ways, man.
Yep.
Yeah, all I'm saying, bro, you could support what, like in my opinion, this is from my point of view, you could support whatever fighter you want, whether it's your nationality, your people, your city, or wherever the fuck you like them, or you know what I'm saying, you like how they look or whatever, bro. But the thing that gets me about people, bro, is that they shit on the other people or the other opponent or whatever, just to big up their fighter. I'm not a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm more of a fan of supporting your own. You know what I'm saying? Building instead of destroying.
Not to shit on another one to uplift yours. I don't think that's love either. I don't think that's like you can't shit on another race or another whatever nationality to up yours. Like, yeah, you ain't shit. So what about us? What about us? Nah, man, just be proud. Just be proud of whatever race you claim and culture you claim. That's how I see
Yeah,
it.
the first when you get into the sport of boxing, bro, I fell into that, you know what I'm saying, into that trap where I was like, man, I'm just gonna support my own, you know what I'm saying? I see all the bullshit going around, but it got to the point where I just started to ignore certain channels, you know what I'm saying? I just focused more on boxing. And now I'm just a fan of the sport of boxing. In general, I just like aggressive fighters, you know what I'm saying? I like fighters that throw punches, you know what I'm saying? So I think the farther you get away from the ignorance and focus more on the boxing, bro, the more you will enjoy the sport, man. Because you don't have these narratives in your head just fucking with you, if you get what I mean.
The only way you're going to relieve yourself from the regularity of all those abrasive topics about race every day is stay off social media. Especially
you can't.
especially going around in these YouTube freaking platforms, man. Some of them are out of control, and you know they just push the same narrative all the time. And believe it or not, it's people out there that support, you know. So they're influenced, they're persuaded.
Yo,
To
there's
each
a
his
market.
own.
There's a
You know?
market for everything. That's what it is. It's just us tapping into the market. It's a market of everything. It's always there's a group of people that may think a certain way. Always. That's what it is. You know, some people, if you be like, yo, I'm just gonna talk about Puerto Rican fighters. I'm gonna open up my channel and talk about Puerto Rican fight. There's a market for that. And just talk about Puerto Rican fight and just talk about Manny Serrano and talk about El Berlanga and talk about Tito Trinidad and Cotto and Camacho and just talk about, there's a market for that, you know? And I think that there's certain channels that tap into the F everybody else is pro-black, or F everybody else is only Latino fighters, or F everybody else is only Asian fighters.
Yeah, and that's why you got to give
That's what they
props,
push
man.
a lot over here on freaking YouTube. You know, they push a lot of that shit on YouTube. You know, I mean, that's real talk. Like, if you all about unity, you should be able to uplift and empower other channels without them being in a collective group that's associated with one entity. You know, you should be able to empower them. You should reach out and see what they got going, help everybody grow. But that's not the case, man.
Bro, I've gotten critique. I'll say, yo, but you Spanish. Why you don't talk Spanish in your channel? You should be breaking things down in Spanish too, right? Boom, I've gotten, if I don't talk Spanish, or you think that you're black. If you talk about Latino fighters, or you're racist with black fighters. If you talk about black fighters, or what about Latinos and stuff? Yo, I get the craziest messages. Like, you're not gonna satisfy anybody, bro. You're not gonna satisfy nobody.
Hey, but that's why you got to give props to channels like this. And I've gone after Punch Drunk, you know what I'm saying? I have called him Snaggletooth and other names, but I actually appreciate
everybody.
I actually appreciate channels that are free smoke, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate channels that drop the links, bro. I appreciate people that invite other people on here and to express themselves, and you could get to a debate or whatever. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's why you gotta appreciate channels like these, bro.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Hefe. Cock. I'm gonna call you Cock for today since you're Cock. Thanks, Cock.
Yeah, bro. But how did you feel about Snaggletooth, bro? Is it a good nickname, bro?
It didn't get my, because I got a chip too. It's not really Snaggy, you feel me? So I think you should give me another nickname to give me, like Diablo, man. They fucking dissing me. Y'all gotta come with a better one, pinch a nerve, man.
Yeah, we'll try, bro.
Yeah. Pinch a nerve.
Yeah, so like World Combat Sport.
I could give you one. I could give you one that they used to call they used to call me back then. That one really got to me, but yeah, I gotta find that one out.
Yeah, facts. But yeah, World Combat Sports, man. Like I got no hard feelings for him, bro. Me and him have had debates in the past. I think he hasn't blocked on his channel, but it's all good, bro. You know what I'm saying? I forgot what I wanted to debate you about, bro.
You ain't blocked.
Nah,
you come in under so many aliases, man. I don't know who the hell you are if you were on the channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure, bro.
I don't even know if it's you.
Yeah, man. Cock gotta come in, hey, yo.
That's how FA pull up, man. His alias, man, You don't know it's him until he say something. Hey man, you a bitch, man. You a bitch.
Everybody knows his catchphrases. That's what it is.
Hey, bro, how do you feel about this
Shut up.
fucking
You a
fight?
bitch, man. You a bitch. Shut up, man. You a bitch.
You a hoe. You a hoe.
On some real shit, bro. How did you guys feel about this upcoming fight coming up, bro? Because to tell you the truth, bro, I'm not really excited about Brooke
Which
versus
one?
Crawford.
Nah, I'm not excited
Brooke
either.
versus Crawford.
Not excited.
It's
either.
like you already know what's gonna happen, bro. Brooke's just there for a payday. The dude don't even have his normal trainer. Like, even Eddie Hearn was talking shit about him, bro. I think he's gonna knock the fuck out, bro.
Yeah, he's just doing for a payday. That's the
As media, man, I'm looking forward to the fight. Yeah, I'm looking forward because Brooke is coming back down. He do have those two, back-to-back losses. So it is some curiosity there for him to step in with Terrence Crawford. Why? Because he's been in there with Errol Spence. So that's my curiosity, man. I really want to see how he's going to do with Terrence Crawford, how Terrence Crawford is going to perform. Hell yeah, I want to see it.
Yo, Hefe, what do you think about what I don't think we spoke about? What do you think about what Teofimo Lopez said about Deontay Wilder?
Oh, about him calling him a bitch, bro.
Yeah,
it's
you
whatever, man.
Like a bitch. He didn't call him a bitch.
No, he said
okay. You know what I'm saying? When you brought up that topic, I saw a certain video, which I'm not gonna say his name, and he was saying what gives Teofimo the right to talk about Deontay Wilder, bro. First of all, bro, what gives you fucking bald headed motherfucker the right to even think about boxing, bro? Teofimo Lopez is a unified fucking champion, bro. If anybody, I think he has a right to criticize other fighters, bro. Fighters have the right to criticize other fighters more than anything, bro. You're just a stupid, bald, fucking old man on YouTube talking shit about these dudes, bro. It's fucking crazy, man. If anything, bro, the reaction of Wilder fanboys is a reaction that I think of the most when he asked me that question, bro. I don't really think nothing about it. In my opinion, that's his opinion. Do I agree with him a little bit? Maybe.
He said $40. $40. Does he remind you of that of him? Yes or no?
$40.
$40.
Oh.
Yo. That's him right there. That's him right there, bro.
Bro. These dudes, bro. Like, come on, man. Like now they're saying that Deontay Wilder's gonna slap him whenever he sees Teofimo or some shit like that. And then these other dudes saying they want to fight Teofimo. These dudes are fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, they fucking crazy. These guys, man, for real.
I mean, ain't nobody gonna walk up and slap Teo, and nobody's gonna walk up and slap Deontay. It ain't gonna happen. They will have serious problems either way.
But Deontay, why they say that? I think because he had the interview with this guy. What's his name from Showtime?
Brian Custer.
Yeah. He said that it will happen to you. You just so you know that it will happen to you. Da 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 da. I'm like, come on, man, just stop talking about it, bro. Come on.
What did he say?
Deontay Wilder was saying that he's just saying that because it hasn't happened to him. But when it happens to him, then he's gonna understand. And just paraphrasing. I'm like, come on, D, come on.
Hey, bro, didn't even Teofimo. What did he say about Floyd? Because I heard he said something about Floyd, but I haven't heard the interview.
Oh, he said that he just uses Gervonta Davis. He just uses him to stay relevant.
Yeah, something about Teofimo. He's very outspoken, man, but I don't see no lies in what he's saying, bro. So
me either.
I mean,
Mayweather is kind of holding down a back tank.
He said Mayweather. He said Mayweather
said what Mike Tyson said.
The A side.
You heard what Mike Tyson said yesterday about Teo. You seen that interview yesterday?
No, I didn't see it. What happened?
Let me see. I think I did. I was gonna. Hold on.
I mean, was he hot boxing or was he still getting
right
in shape for the fight?
Right here.
What do you think about?
Shit.
What do you think about Teofimo Lopez?
Spectacular. Yeah. He beat the man to beat.
Yeah, he beat Loma.
He beat the man to beat. Now he's the man to beat. Now imagine, I think different than these guys. These guys think, like I was saying earlier, they think hey, I want to fight this guy, and then I'll fight the other guy 2 years later. So if I'm Lopez right now, right, I got Lomo, right, I beat him. So now I want to get Gervonta Davis. I want Davis, and I want Shakur, and I want those guys. I want to fight those guys at least in 1 year. I want both those guys that year. You know, instead of fighting one guy, then 3 years later fight that guy. If he's still champion.
But
you gotta fight the guys that you know good fights are gonna be hot now.
Bud Crawford has a fight coming up against Kell Brook. What do you think about Terrence Crawford?
Terrence Crawford's a good fighter. Kell Brooks is a good fighter. It's gonna be a good fight for him. You know, Kell Brooks always put up good fights.
How much are you dialed in to boxing on TV? Are you watching everything?
No, I miss some stuff all the time. I'm into when the big fights come on, you know, like the heavyweight.
Say to you that they.
Shit, what the fuck happened?
What do you think about Teofimo Lopez?
Yeah, but he was saying something else. He said something after. He said something about Brooklyn. Hold on, let me see.
Feeling hot. Draw it for when they can fight these super fights you want.
How often?
Yes, they said that. But listen, there's always a guy
Allow me to introduce.
Oh, right here, this one. He said that.
Listen, there's always a guy that's going to come to change to make you start watching boxing again. They just never fail.
Yeah, I hope Lopez. I think Lopez, personality-wise and style-wise, could be big.
Yeah, because he says really things that people want to hear. I don't respect no man but my father. I'm not afraid of. That's the kind of stuff people want to hear.
And you know what it is, right? You know what it is?
What?
Brooklyn.
Well, no, he's 100% Brooklyn mentality. You know, we don't care about nobody. We're all world.
I think my Ty's gonna be liking him. That's a good fight, though. I want to see Tank Davis versus a Tio. What about y'all?
Yeah, I think that might be Tio's toughest fight at 135. Now that I really think about it, bro. You know what I'm saying? I need to see more about Ryan Garcia to be able to evaluate how he would look against Tio, but I think Tio could probably beat Devin. Most likely it's like a 60-40 type of fight, but I got Tio's precision and power, you know what I'm saying, or overtaking Devin Haney's boxing skills.
Do you want to see Haney?
The Tank, the what? Haney versus
Tio.
Yeah, bro.
Is that the fight that you're like, I gotta see that fight now, or
nah.
Devin Haney's performance was like, oh, okay, I'm not dying for that fight no more.
Nah, if you ask me who I want Tio to fight next, Tank Davis. I think that's the biggest money fight they can make, bro. I think it's a great style matchup because both of them are gonna fight. Both of them are power punchers. You know what I'm saying? But I think the things that Tank does that could give problems to Tio is the power, bro. Because Tio was eating some punches from Loma in the late rounds, and if Tank could take Tio's power, which I think he can, you know what I'm saying? Tank got a big ass head, bro. So I think he could take some punishment, bro. And I think in those late rounds, he could walk down Tio and hurt him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I think that would be more of an action-packed fight than Haney and Tio. I think if Haney was playing so much defense versus Gamboa, imagine against Tio. That would be probably like I don't know. The matchup will be boring, I think.
Yeah, the fight will be Tio trying to, you know what I'm saying, close down the gap, try to cut the ring against Devin. It's going to be a boring fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's fighting too much.
Like that shit, it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, he's trying to fight too much. Like he's trying to fight like Money Made too much. I'd rather see Devin Haney try to fight like Pretty Boy first and then transition into Money Made. It's being too
now.
What do you think? What do you think?
You know, hey, you know, when certain people say it, they get praise and adulations. When I say it, people want to sit up here and goddamn jump off the motherfucking cliff. All I'm saying is I would like Tio to fight the best opposition that's out there, you know, and you know, being that he was able to freaking negotiate $2 million, which he said that was lower. You know, his manager, David McWater, said was lower than what they wanted, but he still held his ground. I respected what he did. You can't say that Devin Haney is the the one that's out here making the millions. T.O. making millions now too. He's $1 million fighter. So therefore, you got to give him credit for doing such.
Yeah, man. They offer him a lot of money to go to Australia and fight his mandatory, IBF mandatory. He's probably gonna be making more money than what Tank, Haney, and Ryan is gonna be making. That's how much they offer him. I'm not gonna say the number. I'm not gonna say the number. Till Senior come through, or Tio himself come through and say what's on the table.
Yeah, I talked to a person on this team too. I mean,
you heard about it. So you heard about it.
I respect that.
You heard about it.
Yeah.
So they offered him a lot of money. So hey,
and that's what I'm talking about, man. The man is making moves, and he's doing it the right way. So why be mad and keep saying he's ducking and he's ducking? Boxing is always a business, just like they mentioned earlier about Floyd Mayweather coming off that big fight and then taking on Berto. Come on, man. You take Pacquiao and then you go Berto. You don't just fight 5 killers in a row. It don't happen that way, man.
Nobody does that. Nobody does that. A back to back is enough. A back to back is enough.
Correct. He did a back to back with motherfucking Richard Comey and then Vasily Lomachenko, who's the top 2 pound for pound. What more are you talking about? For him to go into a third one? Nah.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Give me a second.
You there? Okay.
Yeah. But
it's just like this person is talking about they came and talking about confront you about talking about Callum, like Callum Smith got those.
I already know who it is. I already know who it is
too. They come and they sent the little whole search party out for me. Hey, get him while he on punch. Man, that's some whole ass shit, man. Period. It's whole ass shit, bro.
Go ahead, MMA champ. What you gonna say?
Yeah, so I wanted to confront you on the hating on Callum Smith. It's like you're discrediting him like he's not a good fighter.
I never said he's not a good fighter. All I'm saying he won't beat Canelo Alvarez.
He will.
That's all I said.
You will see. You'll see.
I didn't discredit Callum Smith. The zone discredit Callum Smith.
What?
I didn't discredit Callum Smith. All I said that he would lose to Canelo Alvarez, and also the zone discredit Callum Smith. He was not a premier fighter for them.
How? Listen,
I don't know. You got to ask them.
But then it could be a lie because then they're literally making the fight right now. So then how did they not want the fight?
But that's my point. Why they didn't make it when Oscar De La Hoya when Canelo Alvarez was signed with Oscar De La Hoya. With Golden Promotion. I gotta stop saying that.
Maybe Oscar De La Hoya was messing it up. That's why they're waiting until what's the name? Canelo got out of business with Oscar to make the fight.
So Canelo Alvarez and the zone played Oscar. Are you trying to say? They did whatever they have to do to cut him to cut him away from that deal. How it was bad for business.
Bad for business. Bad for
no,
business. That's
and I'm asking you why he was bad for business. If he was so bad for business, they're gonna fight Callum Smith now. But when Oscar De La Hoya was in there in the mix, so it's good now. Why he was bad for business?
Why do you think Charlo and Wilder and all of them didn't left him? Because he was bad for business.
Well, because they gave more money, probably more money than probably right now. I don't know that they deserve or don't deserve. I don't know.
Yeah, Oscar couldn't afford Canelo. That's why you see all these big fighters left Oscar and then went to PBC.
What do you mean he couldn't afford Canelo?
They couldn't.
How?
I mean, what do you mean they couldn't? That's why he left. That's why Canelo left. If they could, Canelo wouldn't have left, right?
Nah, he would have stood. They're about to fight the same guy that they said that the zone said they don't want him to fight. How the Golden Boy couldn't afford Canelo? How Golden Boy can't afford Canelo Alvarez? They've been affording. They've been having him practically his whole successful time he had in his career.
But it's just business. Like, you're making it emotional. It's not emotional. Like, it's business. If
No, his business is good, but in my opinion, he just went about it the wrong way. That's all. If it's business, just go about it. Just go about it how Floyd and Oscar De La Hoya went about it the right way, right? Floyd bought himself off the top rank. He bought himself out. I don't want to be here. So let me buy myself out. So he paid top rank, buy myself out that contract, and look what he did. Oscar De La Hoya, he waited till he was a free agent, never signed back. Canelo Alvarez want to sue to get away from the contract. That's all. It's not bad that he's not with. It's good that he's on his own. That he's on his own, but the way he went about it, I disagree the way he went about it. Because now him fighting Callum Smith on the zone now seems way fishy. Now for me, it feels like this was all about strategically getting him away, getting him off the contract, in which you have to pay his 30 or 35 or probably 40% of the promotional percentage. That's what I feel. Alrighty, Dan. Tank is sort of punch drunk. Yeah, people, hey man. So yeah, man. I think boxing is it's always been political, but it's getting too political now, man. It's getting too political where it's almost like watching Fox and CNN and MSNBC. Like, it's getting too political to the point where it's almost like really, really politics. Like, sports supposed to be something that we run away from politics. What you think? World Combat.
Yeah, I had to wake up. I mean, listen to MMA. I
open the panel for I got open the panel for anybody to come through, man. Give me a perspective.
You come through the freaking private chat. You talking about I want to confront Punch, and then you sound like you talking from beneath the stairway. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Punch, come down here, Punch. I'm down here. What was the question, man? Shit.
I want to tell you something.
He's like one of those guys. Let me come whisper in your ear. Let me whisper in your ear. I just want to whisper. I mean, damn, turn your mic up. Something.
He's supposed to be in remote school. That's what it is, buddy.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, he's supposed to be in remote school, probably. And he don't want to let his parents know that I'm on YouTube listening to Punch.
Yeah, man, that shit was funny right there. I was like, dang. I mean, I give you credit for handling the way without cracking on him, but damn, shit, that dude was whispering, man. Dude was whispering something serious. So, on boxing, I'm just curious to see, like, what happens with this whole Jamel Charlo type deal, because I know Teixeira is gonna fight Castellano next. what's his name? Castellano. Castellano, I think that's his number one. So after that, Charlo may indeed be able to unify the 54 division, which he might move up if he does, if he unifies and come undisputed, and then that may leave the door open for somebody, because Spence say he's not moving up into the freaking, he unifies the welterweight division. I'm not sure how that is, but if he never fights Crawford or nobody lifts the belt from him, he's gonna be down there for a long time, and Spence not getting any younger. You know what I'm saying? He's not getting any younger. So
that's not gonna happen, man. That's not gonna. I don't think nobody in the welterweight division is gonna be undisputed.
Oh, for real? Okay. I mean, I was hoping, I just did a bid.
It's too much money to be made.
Where?
147.
But when they make some big ticket fights, though, if they did try to unify, just say Errol Spence get past DSG, you have Terrence Crawford and Pacquiao out there with belts. I mean, that's some big money behind that.
I do think that should Manny Pacquiao vacate his title?
If it sets up for undisputed, I'll never tell a man to vacate, because that's gonna leave Manny Pacquiao, out of millions. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying they begged for Keith Thurman to leave to drop his belt.
Correct.
Because he wasn't. Manny Pacquiao, it's no time. There's no report that he's gonna fight in no time soon. But he has. So people were saying that Keith had the belt, he was division injured. Hostage. Exactly.
Yeah, he was injured though.
So there's no excuse for Pacquiao.
Yeah, there's no excuse for Pacquiao, and 8 division champion. They probably just letting him get the Pacquiao freaking treatment and do what the hell he want to do. But I know he's waiting on a big fight. Pacquiao's waiting on a big ticket fight, and he's just weighing his options. I know we just recently heard Mikey Garcia was trying to get in with Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? So, but Terrence Crawford, that's the only person I want to see fight Manny Pacquiao if he's successful this weekend. I want him to pick up that second strap, so the unification bout with Errol Spence would be that much more enticing. You know what I'm saying? I want it for all the marbles, man. I think that fight can do grand numbers, man.
Ted was good. I don't moonshine you that LDBC video about you. What happened? I don't understand the question really.
I don't understand it either.
Can you rewrite? Can you retype it? Can you retype your question? I don't understand the question really. Salute though, but salute if you could rewrite. Spence will probably move up to Jamel. Nah, they never gonna fight too, man.
Do you ever get tired of talking about boxing, man?
No. I don't get tired.
I never get tired of talking about boxing. It was just a question, because
I think boxing is so worldwide. You can never. I don't think I get tired of talking about boxing. I do get tired of people coming up with the narrative and coming up with this racial stuff. I get tired about it. That pinched my nerve. Or did I see the LDBC? Nah, I didn't see it. Which channel? Which channel? You see LDBC video about you. What happened? I don't know.
Well, it's so many attachments to the LDBC. You gotta see if it's actual a member that's across the board with the LDBC, because a lot of people want to claim LDBC, but you just can't put that whole tag on them. Some people out there just making videos and doing what they want to do and put a hashtag LDBC, and it's not the case.
Yeah. Even I remember there was I thought that Dante was an LDBC, and that's new media. So I ain't know too. So I don't know too much who's a member or not. I probably know like three channels that is probably LDBC. But hey, man, just shout out. Hey, keep doing your thing, LDBC, or whoever's doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? More power to y'all.
Yeah, for sure, man. That's what it's about, man. Like you said, the only thing that gets a little fuzzy about the boxing is that it's so huge, it's been around for so long, but you only have a small amount of channels out here that speak on it and act like they started the whole deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you started your channel. You didn't start boxing. You started your channel to talk about boxing. That's it. That's as far as it goes, man.
Yep. You get tired of talking about boxing?
No, I don't, because I cover MMA and grappling all the same. So, you know, my research doesn't just deal strictly with boxing. You know, I think that's where my interest lies. Like, I've always been across the board with looking into other combat sports. That's why, you know, when they was complaining about Jamel Herring, you know, taking the amount of punishment and saying, you know, what's his name was getting, you know, a little bit more dirty. And I was like, man, you haven't seen dirty yet. If you go to full contact mixed martial arts, you see people ears falling off. You see motherfucking cuts you'll never see in boxing. I mean, I guess I'm just desensitized for seeing other shit. But no, I cover bare knuckle fighting, all that shit, man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Samir said, "Yo, Punch, would you think that of Rick Glazier? He's matchmaker." Yeah, I know Rick saying that Bill Haney stopped Devin versus Loma from happening when he was mandatory. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, I don't take anything. I don't take in whatever somebody tells me and just believe it and everything. I don't.
Correct.
You know, I don't. You know, gotta do some research. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt if they come into the channel, you know, and say what they're saying. But everybody that speaks always want to look good. Which manager, which trainer actually says, yeah, we actually ducked this fighter. We actually avoided this fighter. Like, how many people does say that, you know? So it's always about protecting their own.
He said Rick Glazier said, what about Haney?
He said, yo, Punch, you think of what I think about Rick Glazier? Rick Glazier said that Bill Haney stopped Devin versus Loma from happening when he was the mandatory. You know, he never was a mandatory. So
yeah, it was never written. It was never anything contractually binding.
Yeah,
to say he was a mandatory. So people really need to fall back with spreading the same narrative, man. So when you hear the truth, you don't want to talk about it. You'd rather talk about shit that bring you views to the channel. And he was never freaking binded as a mandatory.
Yeah, I keep on saying that. Even with Bill here or anybody else, or when I have Mauricio Sotomayor saying it, you know, he never was a mandatory. I think people really need to get away from that narrative. Whoever pushed that, probably it was Devin himself, or he was never mandatory. Never, ever, ever mandatory to anybody.
And if he was, why didn't you benefit from anything when it came to freaking Lomachenko dropping the belt for the franchise? You didn't benefit from anything. You just got a title, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? People try to brush it away like ESPN tries to do. Lomachenko's one loss he had to Salido, but the fact is the fact. The truth is the truth, man. Like, he was never binded by a freaking commitment to be a mandatory.
ESPN did that about Loma. PBC did that. Did some grimy stuff to Bill Crawford. So, you know, it goes both ways. And both when they didn't put him as a champion, as a welterweight champion.
Okay.
When they showed all the welterweight champions, they didn't put Bill Crawford.
Yeah. Okay.
They left him out. So, you know, like if he didn't exist.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they was trying to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. They absolutely didn't. That's fucked up.
Yep. So
was there something else that came out? Oh yeah, the stuff with Teofimo Lopez. I know ESPN was trying their damnedest not to, you know, identify him as a WBC champion, you know, because he has a franchise. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, but that's why from the beginning I've been saying morally. Come on, that's why I stuck to the morally. He's undisputed to me. He's undisputed to me, and I think if I go around and read a lot about what people think and how people see, I think more people feel like he is undisputed. More people saw that fight than what they saw the Zone and Devin Haney versus Gamboa. They promoted that event as undisputed. The WBC as well promoted that event that is undisputed.
True.
So when you even got the casuals, they're not gonna time in back to boxing. They're not gonna look at channels. They're gonna go by what they saw. They saw ESPN. They saw Fight Undisputed. Teofimo Lopez is the undisputed champion. That's it. I'm gonna say just like that. WBC is on record saying it. I'm gonna say it. I don't care. I don't think Mauricio Suleiman will argue with me.
Yeah.
WBC won't argue with me if I say it, so nobody else should be arguing with me.
I want to identify Teofimo Lopez is the WBC the lightweight ruler. I mean, I was like, damn, he called him the lightweight ruler.
The ruler. He, Teofimo Lopez, is the champion. He beat Lomachenko, and now he's undisputed without any question. He is the ruler. Yes. Come on.
It's not going to diminish Teofimo's legacy any way, shape, or form if he, you know, is not the crossover and fight Devin Haney, which I would like to see that fight. You know what I'm saying? But they have to understand what he was able to do. Boxing fans respect what he was able to do.
Yep.
He went in there and fought the champion, Richard Comey. Then you can talk about how he aborted the WBC tournament. Man, come on. They took the smarter route, man. They took the smarter route, and it paid the dividends for him. So when they stepped in there with the top 2 pound for pound and beat him, there's nothing you can say to him. It's a wrap. It's done.
That's it. Right?
He got the juice. He got the juice. Tio got the juice, man.
Yep.
Tio got the juice, man. They don't want to have the juice, bro. They don't want to have the juice for real.
Yep. This guy, he in this tantrum, he was like, and when he was when they was talking about the Wilder stuff and Tio, and he's like, and you better shut up. You. This grown ass man. You better shut up and better stop ducking Devin Haney and Tank. Shut up, you're a little boy that doesn't. Yo, I'm like, yo, my goodness, damn. They love this guy. My God.
Well, that was a YouTube platform or what?
You know who is that, man?
Oh, no, I ain't know, but
Him. Yeah. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. Come on, you know who
they was talking to you?
No, on his platform.
Oh,
On
okay.
his platform, on his content when he went live, and he was like, and how dare this guy, Teofimo Lopez, huh? You didn't do nothing. You didn't do nothing compared to what Deontay Wilder have done, huh? You're just a little boy. You're just a little boy, and you need to just shut up.
That end game was wicked. You just better shut up. That's the most vulgar.
Just shut up and stop ducking and Devin Haney and Gervonta Davis. Yeah. Shut up.
People want to talk about jumping on the bandwagon, man. But you know, I'm seeing a lot of cockologists out there, man. They freaking on the cock hard. I'm serious. The first day was dogging out Deontay Wilder, and then they got to maneuver around and freaking be on their knees and make right with certain individuals just so they can get entry point to that individual. Now they want to jump on the channel and act like they supporting Deontay. And then it comes down to, you know, if they want to support Devin Haney all day long, every day. It can't be that way. Just if you're going to dog out a fighter, you don't like him, stick to the script. Don't switch it up. Don't switch it up and act like nobody else is worthy when you're up here doing the worst. You're doing the absolute worst, man. It's no respect behind that shit. It's none.
Yo, but it's fun. It's
behind it.
It's funny that these channels, these hosts are the first one to call people bitches and all the derogatory names you could think of, and then they hear this guy call somebody else a bitch. Now they became all holy.
That's what I'm saying, man. Shut the fuck up with that. Like, dude, when you up here co-signing on the individuals that's just being absolutely derogatory and calling people out their name all the time, but you want to come over here to my channel and talk this black shit? Man, get the fuck out of my face. I don't have time to be listening to that because you can't even control the channel that you're sitting on there nice and freaking tucked in with your freaking butt cheeks all tight and shit, waiting for Bill to show up. I don't want to say anything. Bill's gonna show up. Bill's gonna show up. Please, please. I mean, come on, bro. Are we grown men or what, man? Stop that shit.
Come on, King. Come on, King. Yeah, King. You know, cause it becomes so much. You see in their channel, they go, "Oh fuck you," they fun. But then Deontay Wilder's in their presence. Yeah, King. Yeah, yeah. So when is gonna be your next fight if it's not gonna be Tyson Fury? Yeah, and I believe you too, man. Yeah, how dare they do that to you?
Then the motherfucker will sit there and
put
talk
some
about
bass on your voice, yo. This guy coming in. Yo, matter of fact, they sound like that the kid that was just hit.
Oh man, hell yeah.
So Wilder, when is your next fight if it's not Tyson Fury? You gonna take them to court?
We gotta make sure we do something about this, man. I've been supporting him for the longest. My voice don't change, but damn, some of these motherfuckers, they say, yeah, we got to do something. Oh, so you hopping? That's hopping on the bandwagon. Now all of a sudden you say you want to believe in the shit with the gloves, but now you get to talk, and now you want to believe and support. That's fake as shit. That's being fake as fuck, man. Period.
Let me see if I could. I want to.
And they always be quick to talk about you getting emotional. But yet, when they do it, it's energy. It's not energy. It's not energy at all. It's just you trying to impress people. Because, I mean, imagine having a job, Punch, where you have to get on here and, you basically operate and talk on the channel the way you feel like. You know what I'm saying? You due to the nature of the discussion. But imagine if you have to tap dance for a motherfucker every day.
Shit.
You know what it is. This is what it's this time right here every day. You got the sauce. They got the sauce. I mean, come on, what sauce are we talking about? Tartar sauce, mayo, sour cream. What sauce are we talking about, man? Come on, bro. You got to raise your voice and talk for one fighter. That to me, that's not energy I choose to have every day. And talking about you a dog, you ain't a dog. You're a puppy, bro. You're a puppy with a little squeaky bark, man.
Okay, I want you to do some homework right quick. Just homework right quick. You got your phone with you right now, right?
Yeah.
All right. Go to Deontay Wilder KO's Dominic Breazeale, the Showtime Sport on video. Now, when you look at it, just pay attention to what he's doing with his glove.
On YouTube, right?
Yeah, YouTube. Go on your phone. I'm not gonna put it up because I don't even want to be on that type of time. But if you in boxing, boxers do this. Let me know what you see. That's the minute and 17 video. That's like before he knocks out Dominic Breazeale.
Deontay Wilder KO's what?
Dominic Breazeale.
Okay.
The Showtime Sports video channel. You see it?
Showtime Sports 2 million, 2.5, 2.7 million views.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, low, good looking out, my brother. See if you know what the king, the rule, all marbles. Yeah. Good looking out, my brother. Carlos. No, así también. Not like that también.
You said go to a minute?
No. See the whole thing. See the whole thing. And tell me what you see. And tell me what you see, what he's doing to his glove. Just pay attention to what he's doing to his glove. Just pay attention to it. And let me know when you finish watching it. Then let me know what you see. But yeah, I don't think Haney could get in the ring with Lopez. I think Lopez beats Haney. I think Lopez, but it'll be a good fight.
I mean, the fight only lasted. I mean, I was actually at this fight, but I only saw him knock out Breazeale. I didn't see anything he was doing with the Like the video is only 1 minute 17 seconds.
Look real closely. Look real closely on what he's trying to do with the glove.
After he knocks him out?
He knocks him out, but yeah, look. But whenever you get the time, you study a little bit what he's doing.
NI, no impact, no idea. I didn't see anything.
Okay.
If I'm looking at the right video,
yeah. No, you look at the right video.
But I ain't lost.
I have to look at it again, man. But damn, I didn't see anything.
But yeah.
I didn't see nothing after knockout. I saw him goddamn drop Brazil. Shit, I didn't see shit out there. Look at that again.
Yeah.
But what was the I'll just do my homework. Do my homework.
Yeah. If you see something,
now I know what video.
If you see, if you see it, you see it. If you don't see it, you don't see it.
I have to see what you're talking about, man. For real, that's interesting. Yeah. Have you even talked to? I don't even know, but I have to get back.
I didn't bring it up. I almost did a whole video about it when it was the glove gate, but then it would just be because I'm trying to then it became like narrative versus. I just wanted to point it out, just like almost the same shit that I did with the Gervonta Davis shit about the glove cheating. It's just to prove that their analogy is so stupid. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. But
well, that situation with Gervonta, man, Floyd was back there, live when they was freaking getting those gloves together, even though both teams should have been, the opposite team, Leo's team, should have been present, of course.
See, that's what people don't understand. That part was all right. He got his glove, he got his primary gloves on. It's already taped up. That's it. Leo Santa Cruz team leaves the room.
Correct.
In the Texas rule book, then okay, if he switches his glove, yes, those gloves were approved. Yes, on the day the day of weigh-in, but you will have to notify the team to switch because that's it. Once it's wrapped and it's marked, and then you got to take it off. Now you got to go to the other camp, tell them that they're gonna switch the gloves. Now the people, the whoever the second man comes into the room to see Gervonta Davis switch the gloves. Now they could tell them, yo, we're gonna switch the gloves, and all they have to say, I don't care. They could say that too. Like they don't care, they don't need it. And that's okay. But the question was they notified? They have to be notified, regardless if they want to be in the room or not. They have to be notified because that's it. Those gloves were marked and they left the room. So the question was really if they notified. Now they saying that the gloves were approved. Yes, the glove were approved. That has nothing to do with the glove being approved. We all know the glove was approved. Were they notified that the gloves is going to be changed?
And I agree, man. It's just certain events like we just see in Rolly Romero, and then Floyd being in this event, he seems to be able to walk and do what he wants to do. And I agree with all of that. That is the protocol. There's procedure, man. They should absolutely follow it. But if Leo Santa Cruz team wasn't privy to it and they was out there over in the dressing room trying to get ready for the walkout. Hey, Floyd just doing what Floyd does, man. You know, I mean, the only thing that kind of saves a little bit of light on Gervonta is the fact that they was live when it was going on. That doesn't mean anything couldn't have been placed in there or anything altered. You know what I'm saying? But by the rule book, it was violated, but no one's really saying anything, really. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one wants to bring it up. No one wants to talk about it. But per the rule book, yeah, Leo Santa Cruz team should have been present for the freaking shadow and had eyes on the glove. And then also the commission. I don't even think the commission was back there, right? The commission went back there, right?
Hold on. Yeah. See and this is what these other channels don't like to talk about because that's what it is. A lot of people, you know what I like about that I did the video is that to protect Gervonta Davis, so many people went back to the rule book. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted people to actually educate themselves, and then bingo, yes, that was my thing. Yeah, you see, go to the rule books. On the rule books, and this is what it is, and everybody knows that's been around boxing. You have an inspector that stays with you at all times. They look at that damn glove, your wrap like a hawk. That same inspector follows you into in your entrance into the ring. That same inspector is there on the canvas every time in between rounds, looking to see if they're gonna see something weird going on. That same inspector gets the glove. That same inspector gets the wrap. There's always an inspector that their job, whether one inspector is in the Deontay Wilder side, the other one is Tyson Fury. There's an inspector out there that their job is to look at the glove and the wrap at all times.
Yeah, that's their job though. But I've seen on especially regional levels where they're back in the proximity, but they're not attentive to what's going on. That's real,
Yeah, there's those too. But the question should be, who was the inspector's name? Who was that guy? Pull him out. Let's see if they could give a name. Did you see anything weird? If he says no, and he was lying, then you got him on perjury.
Correct. I mean, weird is broad though. Weird is extremely broad because weird in changing gloves is a weird. Just ask me, did the fighter change? Did the fighter have on the same gloves you agreed to and signed off on the first time? Did he? Okay, he didn't. So what did it take place? Were you there the whole time? Of course, they're going to ask you first. Were you back there with Gervonta the entire time? They're going to say, yeah. And then they're going to ask the second question. So we seen him with different gloves, the all white, no color. That's not the one that he originally had on and signed off on. How did that happen? Did you authorize the team Leo Santa Cruz? Were they present? Did we follow all the necessary protocols? That's when he's gonna get stuck. If he says right then that
Now, and also, you know what you can't do? Let's say, for example, they told Leo Santa Cruz team, oh, he's about to change the gloves, and then let's say they be, we don't. Okay, we understand. Okay, we don't. Do you want to go to the room and check? Nah, it's all right. We trust the commission. We trust the inspector, right? And then let's say 5 minutes later, they'd be like, wait, hey guys, go check that glove. Go check that glove. Let's see. He goes to the commission. No. I want to see. He got to unwrap it and wrap it again. Put the glove again. They can't do that. Once it's wrapped and once it's taped and marked, the other team can't make another fighter, the opponent, take his gloves off.
Absolutely.
So that's a rule.
Yeah, absolutely. So they would have wanted to get those gloves nice and tight and fitted and everything and wrapped up, signed off on, as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not insinuating anything with Gervonta, but being that I was at the fight, I seen, the live and then him walk out with the freaking all white. I thought, me just assuming, I'm like, okay, the commission got that because that's not what we seen first. The commission, they must have approved that shit. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But that wasn't the case. And that just goes to show people, you need to understand that things like this happen in boxing, man. They can get away with shit.
Yeah.
All the way back from Panama Lewis and freaking Luis Resto and Billy Collins. They need to stop acting like, that's why it comes into play with this glove situation. You can get over on certain things like that, even in Vegas, man.
There's certain things that you remember the movie Shawshank?
Yeah.
You remember when he's wearing the shoes of the warrant? Remember when he's wearing the warden shoes and he's going back to his cell? And close to the end of the movie when he's planning to escape, he got the shoe of the warden. But you see these guys every day. Let's say like the officers, the OC, the COs. They're not going to look at your feet, you know what I'm saying? Because they see you all the time and you're walking through this path all the time. And I think with the glove, it's like they see this shit that is in their face, but they're not paying no mind to it. Like they see it, but they don't see it type of shit,
Unless they really paying attention to detail to the colors and stuff like that, I don't know. Some of these commissions, in my opinion, they may indeed they just go through the motion. Yeah. They complacent, they just go through the motion. And they just there saying, okay, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. Whatever orders they've been given, whether they should turn their head to the left when the glove being wrapped or to the right.
Put it this way. Put it this way. I remember in high school, and I'm cheated on my math test, right? But the teacher wanted me to sit right in front of her and him, right in front, Mr. Wang, right in front, because he probably suspected I cheated because I had a great score.
Yeah.
He had me right there in his desk. You know what? That was the easiest spot to cheat because he was correcting the test right in front of my face. And I'm like this. All right. Because he's saying like, there's no way he's going to cheat right in front of me.
Yeah.
So him trying to check me and hawk me all day, he's not going to hawk me because I'm right in front of him. How dare he cheat? So that's his mind. He's not going to cheat. He's right in front of me. So he's just looking around and I'm right there, like right in front of him. And I'm just looking at what the papers he's correcting. And I'm like,
man, there's always a way, man, to get over. There's always, especially in boxing. It's just too many moving parts, man. It's too many moving parts that people have to understand about from the time the fighter gets the call to wrap their hands to the actual gloves. It's just so much. So much to take place. It is a little gap. It is. It can be a little gap in there.
And it makes no sense. It's too many people in boxing just for two people that's going to fight.
Yeah.
It's too many people in boxing for too many people in a room. Too many people getting a cut. Just for two guys in a room, two guys in a ring, there's too much going on. And I think that's what it is. There's too much going on just for too much. I don't think too many people got to get paid. And that's what it is.
Well, the minimum is going to be 3. You got the head, the chief 2 and freaking cut man, right? Mm. You got 3 people, at least minimal, that they allow to go to the ring. So those 3 people are going to be back in the dressing room before they walk to the ring. That's automatic, period. Whatever happens in between that. But those 3 people, they're going to go, and you just think about the Nassim Richardson when they were standing up there and the Antonio Margarito situation happened. That's almost like you saying you're sitting in front of the teacher and you're trying to cheat. They was right there. They must have put too much plaster of Paris in there so it can soak through the freaking wraps.
Yeah. But it's like, not Remy, he's a Tank recorded on video being approved for both. No, nobody's talking about them approving the gloves. Is them being notified that the gloves is going to change. See, that's almost like that's not like when Ellie said back, he put the video and then everybody got on the Ellie video. But look at the Ellie video. See, there was approved. No, it was not about being approved I said in my look at the title of my video. Were they notified? We all know that they get approved. Were they notified that the gloves would change? They got to be notified. That's within the rules. The question is, were they notified?
That is the question of the day, man. Were they notified? You know, we're not talking about approval. The gloves were approved. Everything was checked off in that manner. But, you know, the procedure is a rule book for a reason. Even the amount of gauze that you can have on your hands, even the amount of tape that you can wrap around your wrist. As there's a process, there's a rule book to that. You just can't freaking sit up there and wrap all that tape around there and keep on going to the point where you build up a ridge and you be using that to scrape across somebody's eye. It's a certain amount of tape.
I do think the Texas Athletic Commission got a YouTube channel too. The Texas Athletic Commission got I think got a YouTube channel.
Okay.
And they talk about it because they had a seminar. I don't know when was it, probably like last year. They had a seminar. I don't know if it was last year. I don't know if it was 2 years ago. They had a seminar. They got a video when they talking about how because I wanted to do a video on wrapping hands, right? So I think that was a video that I was watching, and then they was talking about all step by step what happens, you know, step by step. Like how much tape you got to put, how much you got to wrap, how you got to curve it, everything. They're talking about everything. Who's supposed to be on the room, who's supposed to be inspected, and all. I think they got a video about that, and I'm gonna look for it to see, and then I'm gonna put it up. And I think that's what it is. You see, it's not like in other sports. In other sports, we know the rules, we know everything. In boxing, we don't know everything, and a lot of people don't care because there's way more casuals than hardcore boxing fans. Nobody goes into the rule book. Nobody knows the calls. Nobody knows. And you could be following boxing for a long time. There's people that they don't know how to score a bout. That's why they be like, yo, there's a robbery. It's crazy. No. How dare you have it like this? How dare not? Because y'all don't know how to score a bout.
That's true. I mean, and also in scoring a bout too, it does depend on what the judges are looking at. You know, especially when it comes to mixed martial arts. People think when you get a takedown, that's automatically 10-8 round. That's not.
Yep. There's somebody like, yo, but he counted 10 seconds. It's not your 10-second count. It's the referee 10-second count. So the referee could count like this. 1, 2.
Correct.
3 is the referee's 10-second count. You know?
That's if he doesn't have to tell the fighter to go to the neutral corner because he has to pick up the time from the timekeeper.
And that's what I don't like. That's one part I don't like. All right. Fighters, they go like this. Okay, they take it all the way to 8, right? They stand up in 8. Then the guy goes, go to this side, walk this way. No, that's too much. That's too much. That's too much seconds right there.
True.
You know? That side to side shit, no. You just helping him read. No.
But that's supposed to show, you know, coherency, you know, the consciousness, they you know, functionality. If you tell them to walk to the side and come back, that means they know the sense of direction. Like when Jack Reese explained to me, like I said before, man, I had to ask him. He said the reason why he didn't count Tyson out because his foot was up. Like he had one foot with his sole on the floor, and that was that.
And that and I know you spoke about it the last time. I said that right there, that's bullshit too.
Yeah, he say
that's like if I'm dead, I'm only dead if my 2 legs are spread out. Like I can't die.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He said he was holding his foot up, so that means he had functionality. You know what I'm saying? He had functionality. You know, he had coherent, he had connection with his brain to his mechanics, and then, you know, he was able to hold his leg up, so therefore he had to give him the benefit of the doubt for the spirit of the sport. The spirit.
I don't knock I don't debate the count. I debate that. I would debate that would have been a stoppage. that the referee would have stopped it. The way that Tyson Fury landed, most referee don't even start a count.
Correct. It's just like the way Dillian White landed. Damn near.
Yeah. Like, yeah, I'm gonna give him an 8. Let me count a 6 and let's see if he wakes up from this.
The man was basically kneeling down in front of him, man. You know,
he's done. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see when Ryan Garcia knocked out his opponent. Did they count? I think they.
You know, Dono. You talking about Dono or who?
Yeah.
I know they didn't count with Mason Menard. Mason Menard fell on his freaking face.
Let me see. Who he knocked out last? Yeah, this one. Fonseca. Well, he knocked down Fonseca. Let me see. I want to see if they started the count. I want to see. Let me see.
I think they even gave a count to Luis Ortiz in the second fight when when Deontay hit him and he fell straight back on his leg. I think I think they even gave him a partial count, but then they looked at him and waved the fight off. Yep.
Look. Go. This is what referees do. This happens 98% of the chance. Once you fall on your back and your head hits the canvas and you're laid out. Let me see if I can put it up right quick. Let me see. Let me put a big screen. Hold on. Let me put on the big screen. I still don't know how to screen share, but.
Yes, straight.
You don't count. Once you fall like
and
that,
Tyson Fury
and he had his
open too.
And he had his eyes closed. See, Fonseca had his eyes open.
Yeah, Fonseca had his eyes closed. Fury had his eyes closed with his mouth open. Dang.
That happens 98% of the time. Once you land like that, the referee takes your mouthpiece off so you could breathe.
Yeah.
So all this count shit, nah. That I don't debate the seconds. I debate that they should have stopped the fight right there. But the thing is, why people not gonna say about debating is because what happens, the way he got back up and he actually finished that round strong. So nobody would be like, damn, they should have stopped the fight. Now they look at him as a warrior, So
correct.
But
that shit should have been called, though. It should have been called, period.
Yeah.
Because Fonseca, man, he was, his hands was down, over his head, rather. Both feet was flat. But due to Jack Reese is saying that, Tyson had one leg up, so he's mechanically functional. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, I got it.
See, but that's what I mean. I'd rather people debate that than say dumb stuff about the gloves and stuff like that. Like that right there, forget about the seconds. But right there, 98% of a referee will call the fight off. Not if you land face flat on the canvas. If you fall on your head, because falling face flat on the canvas, they still gonna count. Because that's not falling in your head is not bouncing off the canvas. It's when your head bounces off the canvas, they'd be like, all right, this guy has no type of he got knocked out,
You said so if a fighter fall face first, they don't automatically stop the fight?
They'll count. They'll still count a little bit.
I ain't seen that. I know Paul Williams, he didn't get the count. Shoot, Mason Menard. There's been some fighters fall face first.
I even think Manny Pacquiao, they counted on that one too. I think they counted on.
He wasn't even moving,
but they was counting though.
Damn,
because you landed. Your head is not bouncing off your. Sometimes the referee don't see exactly how you bounce.
Shit, his airways restricted though. Nose, mouth, all that. Talking about taking a mouthpiece out. Imagine being on your face, nose to the canvas in your mouth, sleeping. Man, that shit ain't good. But Manny was lifeless. Like when Leo Santa Cruz dropped, man, Jesus, I just thought he wasn't getting up. I was like, man, damn.
He was sleeping, bro.
That was a bad knockout for Leo Santa Cruz. Thank God he was over there and the ring, the corner of the ring buckle or whatever, the padding kind of, basically softened his fall a little bit. Else he would have just, hit head, boom, flush. He would have been out a little longer, but his fall was kind of cushioned up against the damn corner of that ring. But still, that was a brutal knockout, man. Yeah, does he get the knockout of the year? Who knockout come better than that? Does Alexander Povetkin knockout is it better than Gervonta's or
what? Maybe because it's heavyweight, it just looked like the bigger man, and I think Povetkin. I like Gervonta Tank because I like the speed, the way he threw it, the way he counter, move to the side, but almost like Povetkin. But I think is when you knock out a big guy like that, and Gervonta Tank Davis actually fighting a lighter guy that he was projected to not come out anyway. I think that's what it is. But I like the way that Jamal. I don't know. I like them both, man.
So I want to ask you this: when Gervonta hit the canvas, man, what was the comments going on? Because I know you was doing a live on it. Like, what was the comments? They thought he got knocked down, didn't he?
I didn't do the live.
Oh, you didn't? Damn.
I actually fell asleep. Well, actually, I didn't fall asleep. I was watching it, but I had to fix my boiler.
Okay.
Bad timing. So, but yeah. When I saw the whole fight, I was like, damn, that was pretty. That was the thing is, I was looking at the fight and Davis was looking for that shot the whole night.
Yeah.
He was just missing. He just kept missing. And this one, it connected. He got to the point where I don't give a damn. This kid's punch is not hurting me. He took 2 right hands before he even landed at.
Correct. Yeah.
See, that's one thing about Tank. See, Tank, his defense is not all that great, but he has a fan-friendly style.
Yep.
You'll want to fight.
He has that style that's going to give you that little bit of adversity, that him taking some shots, but yet he's going to return fire.
That's why I think a tank and a Tio will be an exciting fight. Because he will have to throw. He's not going to stand back and try to play defense. I think that would be a more exciting fight than Devin Haney. Devin Haney and Tio will be a good fight, but exciting it will be Tio and Tank.
I agree, man, because the boxing fans are looking at them two as having decent power. You know what I'm saying? Decent power, boxing skills equal up, mirror up real nice.
But that's what I told Bill. You gotta outperform him. You gotta have a spectacular performance, or nobody's gonna be calling this fight. Yo, look at even Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson right away. What he's thinking about? Tank and Tio. Everybody now is Tank and Tio because it's performance. You gotta perform well. You gotta perform. It doesn't matter if you beat a guy like all the rounds like that. It's not exciting. It bored people, man. It bored. Matter of fact, if you wanted to see what a bunch of people were saying, on the comment box on that fight, and 90% of the people was like boring. Like, nah.
See, how's it? People want to come up here and talk about hating. They're not running the Mike Tyson's shit. They're not running all these people who saying the same thing. Like, if the fight was boring, okay, understanding it was boring, and then accept the fact that you didn't try to pitch a shutout. You tried to knock Gamboa out. You tried, but I was telling people, I'll say, man, I watched Tank Davis land some shots on freaking Gamboa, and Gamboa was still standing. And that's with a hurt leg. So imagine if he was healed, what he was going to do against Haney. And that's all I was trying to say.
That's also not a highly prepared. Like if Gervonta Tank Davis would have took that camp serious, like he took this one, I think he would have stopped Gamboa.
I mean, it's no one to say he didn't take the camp serious.
Well, he did. As a matter of fact, he actually did stop Gamboa.
Yeah, he stopped him in the first. I mean, in the 12th, the first part of the 12th round.
Yeah,
he knocked him down in the second, and then he closed him out in the 12th. I mean, he's a savage, man. He stays on the hunt, man, for real. That's how Gervonta is. But you know, Devin Haney, to be honest, I don't think he's going to gather any more power in his career. So he's going to have to be that masterclass boxer. He can box, but he still has some work to do. Might want to hit the weight room, take away, just reduce a little bit of the speed factor, and work on some strength, man.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's
I
what
know
I said.
Teofimo works on weights. Teofimo, you know, he works weights too.
Yo, that's what I said after the fight. I said that they gotta implement power. They have to, you know, dedicate themselves and just gaining power. Like we all know he got the skills. We know he got the reflex. We know he got a great jab. We know that, but you know, you're trying to attract the fan, and that's what I said about Shakur Stevenson. The last time I saw Shakur Stevenson, I said I just want to see power. I know he got everything in the bag. I just want to see how he can implement power. He got his fighter out of there with a beautiful shot to the solar plex, beautiful shot. And I'm like, okay, his power is getting there. Ryan Garcia, his power is increasing time and time again. His power is increasing. I wanted to see that from Devin Haney. I didn't see it.
That's solid points. Real talk. That's solid points right there. And you know, that's why you have a team. And they're gonna have to make some changes somehow, some way, or they're gonna, you know,
you think so?
What?
Do you think they should make some changes?
I mean, I'm saying they should make some changes as far as his strength and conditioning. Like, I wouldn't say the team because he's still undefeated, right? So I would say strength and conditioning wise, you know, they work on speed, keeping them light. But Devin is a small dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about his height. I'm talking about his freaking his arms in general. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he don't look like he pick up a weight or anything.
What do you feel about like in their training camps? Like it's always a different training camp. It's always, you know, new people before it was senior. You got Mickey Bay. You just got different people, different.
I thought they was placeholders though. I thought they was permanent team members. Mickey Bay and
I thought he was gonna be the head trainer.
No, I heard Bill is the head trainer.
No, I knew that like weeks before when I spoke to him, but I thought that when I interviewed Mickey Bay that he was gonna be the head trainer.
You know, if it's DHP Promotions, they're gonna have to figure it out, because who am I to sit up here and say they should switch up or whatever? But it comes down to this: if you are the head trainer, and you know, I don't want to see any father and son tandem like we see. We saying Sugar Ray, not Sugar Ray, but Sugar Shane Mosley and his father you know, they separated. Roy Jones Jr., his father separated. You know, Floyd Mayweather and Sr., they separated one time. It all depends on if, you know, you have the right voices in there that say, I want, you know, a little switch with a head trainer. But I'm not the one to bring that up right now because he ain't lost yet. No,
I'm not saying that switch. I'm to be honest, I'm not saying switch the trainer. No, keep him there. I mean, keep his father there. What I'm saying is that, see, their training is different from what we see from the outside. Anything they put up video-wise. See, I see Teofimo Lopez Sr. training his son.
Mm-hmm.
I see Floyd Mayweather Jr. when he was with his father. We see Ghost Guerrero. We see even AJ Garcia holding the pads, doing his work. We don't see Haney doing it. We see everybody else doing it, and then
he's the voice. Correct.
Then come fight night, he's the head trainer.
Correct. I understand what you're saying. And you will more so say, okay, the comfort zone would be more so, you know, someone like Mickey Bay that's in the ring, you know, giving the instructions on what he's seeing and everything like that. Because believe it or not, you know, Mickey Bay, he was in the ring. You know what I'm saying? What better person to give that lead to than him?
And it could work. It could work, but remember, it didn't work when it was Senior and Bill Haney. It didn't work. You know, during the fight, there was this Senior just left the corner or something like that.
And what fight? I mean, who? What?
when it was when senior was in the corner training Devin Haney on that fight, and then there was some miscommunication and he left the corner, senior. And then they did the interview why you left the corner. He said because he was hired to just be the trainer, and then he's not letting him do his job, something like that.
Exactly. I mean, I get what you're saying, and from what we understood also is that was one of the reasons why they wasn't over there with Floyd, because Floyd was trying to teach him some things, but yet the word was being changed over. I get it. That's in boxing though. That's how boxing works, man. I'm telling you, it may look good on the outside.
Yeah.
But when it comes to inside that damn training facility, a lot of shit that may be scrambled a bit. They got to tighten that up because it's going to start reflecting in the ring, that punch. If it is some shit going on behind the scenes, it's not like healthy and everybody's working as a unit, it will start to damn reciprocate in the ring. Guarantee it.
Yeah, that was like my question, because hold on. Hello? Yeah. But yeah, man, I think that was just the question, because during in between rounds, and if you're training somebody, they see something that you may not see from looking at the outside. Mickey Bay may see something there while training, while working the pads time and time again with Haney, but I don't know. I do, but I also see that it's successful when you're outside. Hey, Customado was outside the ring,
Yeah.
Gary Russell Jr. Senior, he's outside the ring, giving instructions, while everybody else is doing what they're supposed to do, and I think Gary Russell Jr. is going to be a hell of a trainer, man. The junior, I think he's doing a good service to his brothers, because he's in the corner.
Yeah, he is. I mean, they move as a unit too. That's one thing I say about them Russells. They move as a unit. They will tell you they move as a unit. And that ain't easy to do, because they respect each other's word and wisdom when it comes to training. And every time you see them, man, they chilling. They close proximity. They're talking. I mean, I don't know if you ever talked to them, Antoine or Antonio, outside of Gary Russell, man. They're a good interview, bro.
I'm gonna try to hit them up. See, man.
Well, I see where you're coming at, man. That might be some behind the scenes is going on, but me not being having an eye, a visual on it or anything. People in boxing talk. That's all I gotta say. People in boxing talk, man. They talk.
Yeah,
and they don't have to talk on social media, but they talk.
I know. Trust me.
They talk about the power struggles and shit that's going on with teams. It's always gonna be one person to talk. Believe that.
Yep. And I know a lot of people that want to talk.
They want to talk, but they lose a job.
Yeah, they don't want to burn that bridge right quick. That's how when we were talking about when Mickey Bay wanted to do an interview with Mickey Bay, he said everything. I'm only telling you 10% of what happened. Damn. Only 10% what happened. 10%. So shit. He said, and he says that Mayweather promotion did him wrong. He feel like they did him worse than anybody in the history of boxing, and he only gave us 10%. Damn, I want to know the 90. He said he could write a book about it. I'm shit. You got to bring Mike.
Damn. I didn't know they did him like that. I didn't know they did him dirty like that.
Yeah,
that's why I love a lot of people think that Gary Russell's being casted out, ostracized by PBC because of his relationship with Floyd. It's very, very contentious between them two. So that's what they've been saying for quite some time. They believe that Gary Russell's been blackballed because of his relationship with Floyd and Floyd's influence with Al Heyman.
Maybe.
That's fucked up if it is, because it's boxing at the end of the day. So you taking away big checks from this man eating because y'all don't have a good relationship. And you know, Gary called him a bitch. You know, Gary been on record as saying some, you know what I'm saying, some criticizing stuff about Floyd. But hey,
but my point was in those is that, you know, a lot of people think that everything is perfect and everything is in heaven when it comes to Al Heyman. There is frustrated fighters in under PBC or under Al Heyman. There is frustrated fighters, you know.
Well, they keep their mouth.
Look at for example, when I had Luis Collazo on, and he's like, you know, I can't get a fight. I want to get a fight, but they worried about these other fighters. I've been ready for a while, you know, and they stopping me from making money.
Dang.
He didn't want to call him out because he's still in the trenches, you know, he's still not retired. But watch when these guys don't work with them anymore, that's when they're gonna say what they gotta say.
Correct. Because still right now on the back end, everything Luis Collazo has done in his career, they're still blackballing out the door. Yeah. You know, if he gets on here and speak openly and word get back, of course they'll blackball him. That's just the way it is, man.
Yeah. I think Gary Russell Jr. is blackballed, but I think, you know what it is sometimes, and this is what it is also, what it is too. I think he's too smart. I think like that, you know, they like fighters, like them dumb fighters they can take advantage of. And Gary Russell Jr., since he came up, you know, and his father schooled him, that it's not easy to fool him. That's what I think happens to Demetrius Andrade as well. Like, maybe they're trying to give him some type of money that he feels like he's worth more or whatever, and he's just not.
It seems like he's being blackballed ever since he kind of turned down or tried to renegotiate that money with him and Charlo, man.
Yeah.
It might be some people that still, you know, touchy about that. You know, you just can't sit up there and have something, you know, people expecting to get, you know, put on a fight, and then you want to increase, you know, what you asking for the fight, and then it gets thrown out. People lose money, man. People lose money on everything. They got to lock on the arena. They got to put insurance for the arena and the fighters. It's a whole lot of stuff, you know, that promoters do. So he might have pissed off a lot of people across the board, man.
Yep.
Talk to the Russell brothers, man. I'm telling you, like you said, Gary Russell too smart, man. Their whole family is woke. Believe that. Their whole family is woke, man. Them boys that's in there, Antoine and Antonio, man, they woke too. Bantamweight and 140. You know, Antoine, the last Russell, man, he's actually at 140 right now, but people, you know, don't even mention his name because they low key.
Yeah, man.
You got Elvis Rodriguez at 140. I mean, hey, they got a lot of hitters at 140. It's only a matter of time before that shit blows up. 140 is on the brink of being that division.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm about to time out. I want to take a power nap.
All right, for sure, man. I'll probably pull it back up later on, man. You know what it is, man. Y'all be sure to subscribe to Punch Drunk Boxing, man, and salute from World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.
Subscribe to World Combat Sport, ladies and gentlemen. I'm about to be out. Y'all already know later on we're gonna be having Happy Hour Thursday, Punch Drunk Happy Hour Thursday. Oh yeah, this evening I'm going live again. All right, peace out.